Da-da-da-dum. Hello and welcome back for another live episode from our cartoon studio with myself, Scott, and him, Anthony, the cartoon brothers from Digital Puppets. How you doing, Ant?
I'm good, as usual.
All working well this week?
Nope, same old stuff, but wait, we're live.
Right,
So-
okay, well, this week we are speaking with a fellow cartoon star who goes by the name of Mr. Brown, who you can find on the popular YouTube channels SketchFlixTV, Kaijukojo, I'll have to ask if I'm pronouncing that right, and Setsumei. You will find links to each of those channels below, so make sure to check them out. Mr. Brown will be joining us very shortly in the studio, and we'll be finding out what the setup is for his cartoon virtual studio, and we'll be finding out a lot more about who he is and what his experiences are with Adobe Character Animator. Later in the show, Mr. Brown will be our first ever guest to join us for School Time and Cartoon News, where he will be explaining to us and you at home how it's possible to have a guest digital puppet on your live show, and then we'll be discussing the final of Rick and Morty plus the new Netflix animation Big Mouth. Anyway, as always, if you have any questions for us and for our guests, please do pop them in the live chat box and we'll answer as many of them as possible and as quickly as possible. Right, so let's get Mr. Brown onto the show. Ant. Hello.
We got.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
How you doing?
Doing good. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm here with you guys. You know, it's funny because I watch the show all the time, and to be here with you guys is very special. Very special.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show and joining us.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
you come all
problem,
the way
no
from
problem
Japan
at all.
to get here.
Yeah, it's a long story, but yeah, came from Japan. Don't sound very Japanese, but yeah, I live in Japan.
And what's the time over there at the moment?
Oh man, oh my god, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So naturally,
Well,
a
is it?
little bit yeah, it's breakfast time. Well, actually,
You got up early
It's,
to be on the show with us.
of course, anything for you guys. Anything.
Oh, we feel bad now. We made you get up.
No. My pleasure. Hopefully, it'll be instructive and informative for all your wonderful fans out there as well. So cool. Yeah, I can't believe I'm here. I'm pretty pumped. So cool.
Well,
what's
for
up?
those at home who may not yet know Mr. Brown, he has multiple channels across YouTube where he's entertaining and educating his followers with everything from art, animation tutorials, to discussions about the latest shows on film and TV. That, of course, is a gross simplification of the immense amount of content Mr. Brown produces across these channels. So, Mr. Brown, could you please give our viewers a better intro to what they can expect to find on each of your channels and when they can catch you next?
Ah, very good. Nice segue. Let me pull out my notes. Mr. Brown. No, Mr. Brown. I gotta basically. I do animations, art, animations, things like that. I like to do experiments. We'll just say that. So, but I break these all these different things up into different sections. I've got like my art and animation channel, which is SketchFlix. I got my kind of educational channel, which is Setsumei, and Kaijukojo is basically news and gaming and things like that. So,
How do you
so I like
pronounce
to play
that?
the games. Kaijukojo, which means in Japanese Monster Factory. So, yeah, when I first came up with the idea, I was doing the plan was to have a bunch of monsters talking together, and I didn't. I ended up being a bear. So, but yeah. So
I mean, we've actually got some. We've got some trailers for some of your videos. We can play some of them now.
what? That's crazy.
Oh, video.
I'm scared.
Right.
I'm scared.
Let's get this
Let's see if it works.
We'll see. Oh, that guy.
Welcome to my
I know
channel,
that guy.
SketchFlix. I'm an artist,
Butthole.
director, producer, and filmmaker here in Japan. Look, I'm not gonna lie, this channel is like all over the place. There's a lot of sort of things going on. But you're gonna find all the things I'm really interested in, like filmmaking.
Oh yeah. This is a thing I've made. I mean,
Art and animation.
pancakes. Oh, I was ahead of the time. but nobody watched them.
And commented.
And now they all got millions of subscribers. Fine. Okay. Not upset.
If you're into those sort of things, please stick around. I try to upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday,
I'm so cringy.
Friday, and Saturday. But sometimes life gets in the way, and so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because look, I need the subscribers, like, really bad. So tell a friend, share it. Check out one of my wonderful playlists here for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize in advance, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. God, I've seen that so long.
That was really good. So it seems like you do quite a lot of creative stuff then.
Yeah, I do a lot. I started back in the day. Basically, like I said, I do. I do direction. I produce. I make art. I do all that stuff. So naturally, you're always looking for different ways to express yourself creatively, and I'm a little bit scatterbrained when it comes to that. So I tend to spread it around a little thick. So yeah, I do a lot. I make a lot of content. I just got to get it out. I just got to get the information out. So
yeah, it's the creative. It's a creative. Oh, can't even say the word. The creative
okay,
curse
I can't talk either.
Of
yes,
shiny things. You know, it's where you start something and then there's something else shiny. So and your attention just goes to that instead. And there's a million. We do it all the time. We've got so many projects that we started that you're super excited about, and then halfway through, you get bored of the process. You think up another idea. You get super excited about that. You think, I'll come back to this one. You never do.
Yes.
And then the same thing happens over and over again.
I know that's it on that's the nail hitting the nail on the head. Yeah, like you get inspired by so many things, because look, we live in like some like magic times right now. There's so many cool things that you can do, and there's not enough time in the day to do it all. But yeah, like you start so many things and you get bored, and it's time to move on to the next one. And yeah, Character Animator for me was kind of one of those things. Like but we'll get into that later. But yeah, it was one of the things I had on the back burner for a long time. You know, I got to a certain point, and then I was like, oh man, this is not quite where I want it to be yet. But you know, then you pull it back out because you get inspired by something else, and then you kind of go forward from there. So yeah. No, but I feel you. I feel you.
We're exactly the same. We see something like say a new tool comes out, or you see a new demo of something. It's like, oh, I got to try that. Next thing you know, you delve right in. You're the hours just fly by. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you get super deep in.
I gotta say, we might have some audio issues. I think anytime I play anything from the desktop, we're gonna get some echo and stuff. I think it's due to the fact that I've had a Windows update and it's bugged up all my audio settings. So there hasn't been time to fix that before the show. So
it's okay. No, I threw you guys a big spin because I work on a PC, not a PC, on a Mac. So yeah, you guys have had your hands full. So I apologize.
No, we get told off all the time for using the PC. It seems that every other creative in the world seems to use a Mac apart from us.
No, that will start the great PC versus Mac debate.
Yes,
I've had every single studio I've ever worked at. I've had this argument. They're either pro PC or pro Mac, and I have to say I'm pro PC.
Yeah, purely for budget point of
budget purposes. No, I feel like I used to be a PC user before, but then I switched to Mac, and then my life got better. You know, I'm just saying. No.
Maybe we wouldn't be having all the.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, but yeah, I switched to Mac, and unfortunately, like some of the cool plugins are all in PC. Unfortunately, like when you. Oh, go for it. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I think that's the kind of cool thing about PC. It seems to be like a lot of people are making. There's more open source software and stuff like that. Where if you've got kind of a hacker approach to doing stuff, which we tend to have, it kind of goes in that favor.
Right. No, yeah, because like touching on what you guys were saying earlier, when you get attracted to so many different creative things, usually you're on the forefront. So, like you're pushing the edge, and usually people are kind of tweaking and pushing. They're using PCs, and so if you're a Mac user like me, it becomes a very big problem because there's so much you want to do and you can't do it, so you're waiting for updates, and they come slowly.
But generally, when they do come, they normally are better. But yes, the way
and they don't break down and they work properly.
Yeah. Which is probably the reason it takes so long.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
We need to stop being so cheap and get the proper equipment. Fork out on a Mac. Sell the car, might be able to afford it.
Yeah, right. Oh man, don't feel bad. Hey, I'm getting pressured to buy a red.
Oh, that's the problem with technology nowadays. You literally bankrupt yourself to buy it, and the second you buy it, literally, the second you buy it, you go home, you turn on your computer, you're super excited, and then guaranteed there's a new video that'll pop up on YouTube saying the latest one that's just come out, making the one that you just bought obsolete.
Literally, that's just happened to me. I just upgraded my computer, got new processor, and the week after I purchased it, the newest processor came out. I was like, I should have just waited. But it's always going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's the nature of the beast.
So what are you predominantly? Are you a almost? Oh, we're all interrupting each other again. Do we need to reintroduce the over thing from last week?
Oh no, we we didn't do the over thing. Oh god, I was having fun with that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So continue over. Which
one, Ant? You were going to say something, Ant, or can I carry on?
I was just filling in. You said, "What are you predominantly?" And I said, "He's a bear."
Yeah. No. Predominantly, what I do, Tony's 9 to 5 is I'm a director and a producer for. I do a lot of stuff for like Google, other YouTubers, and basically they want it to look nice. They call me. So, but for Character Animator, what I do at night, I consider this to be my more of a full-time kind of thing, because I see the possibilities of it. So, and I take some of these things that I learned through these experiments, and I pass it on to other creators as well in other companies. So it's kind of like a full-time thing. It's a career thing as well as it is a hobby. So not hobby, but
it starts as a hobby and then you build it into your profession. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if I answered your question right. I think I might have skipped ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was just full disclosure to everyone at home. I tend to write scripts before the show, and just to, I don't know, give it some structure. I don't know why I bother, because it still falls apart every single week. But,
I never read the scripts.
Yeah, exactly. Auntie never reads the script, so it's only me. But I do like to send the people that we're interviewing a script just to give them a chat, so they've got time to consider some of the questions. But don't feel that you have to stick to the script thing that I sent through.
Okay.
We'll just we'll volleyball back and forth, up and down. It's
no problem.
Free-flowing conversation.
I generally never listen to any of these scripts. Just ignore everything he says generally. So just go with the flow.
No, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, because it actually gave me the proudy face. I'm sorry, no sad face. No, I appreciate it. It kind of gives it some structure. That's what I use. I tend to try to do it on my shows as well. So, but it's weird. Like when you're on the fly, you glance over and you're like, oh, where are we possibly in this conversation? And then you just start talking about a different point, because, like I said, all this is like playing a piano. So it's like playing a piano and singing it at the same time. So you get lost sometimes. So I apologize. So, but continue. Questions.
I said we've just had I'll just quickly mention. We've just had a question on the comment from the Basic Pilot.
Yes.
And he's asked what kind of mic is the guest using. I'm guessing he's asking because there might be some sort of audio issues. Because people in the comments were saying there were some echoes earlier. But we might have to explain that we've got a kind of crazy setup going on here. We've kind of got video coming from Skype, audio coming from vMix. Cool. So yeah, there's a whole kind of
crazy.
I don't think I could even explain how we've done it.
Yeah. It
just seemed to work 1 minute before we went live.
And what the issue is we've just got actually, I'm completely wrong. Basic Polar just said, no, it sounds fantastic. So he actually thinks your mic's really good. So audio issues are okay.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so
Anthony's
maybe
part,
just interested in knowing what microphone you're using.
Yeah, sure, I can tell you. Hold up, let me turn it around. Give me a second. Just don't look. I get shy. It's an Audio Technica. What is it? AT2035. AT2035. So hopefully, when I was talking about that, didn't make your ears pop. So, because I had to spin it around. So
no, it does actually.
I apologize.
It does sound really good, actually. I was just a bit concerned that obviously, like with our crazy audio setup, that there's some issues with it. But no, we're getting a lot of comments and everyone's saying it sounds great. So all good.
Nice. I'll do some sexy voice for you. How about that? I'll do some girl, guy, girl, Zimzer. I don't want to guess the pronoun in the chat. I'm sorry if I've offended you. I apologize. Try not to guess pronouns. Sorry. Cool. All right. I'm totally throwing this thing off the rails. Oh god. Oh look! I see we got a VIP in the chat.
Oh yeah. We've got
we got Mr. Dave Warner. We just finished watching his video not long ago.
Yeah.
Love them plasticine.
Cool.
Those plasticine characters are great.
Yeah, I've been doing some side experiments with that too. So it's kind of funny that it came up today. But sorry. We'll continue.
I was going to say as well, you said that you've got some examples, some experiments you've been doing. Later on in the show, if you give us some links, we'll type them in and we'll get them up and we'll show people.
Yeah. No problem. So I apologize for throwing it off the rails again. So I'm going to do the interviews.
There is no structure to this. This is just a conversation. You know.
Cool. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people that watch these videos, what they'll be most interested to know from you actually is what's your setup? You know, we have a lot of fellow character animators watching, and the question that we do get posed to ourselves a lot is, you know, how do we set up our virtual studio? Because there's a lot of, you know, YouTube presenters, there's a lot of Twitch gamers out there. So what sort of, your operation online, how do you do it?
Oh, that is a good question, sir. That is a very good question because I have a very crazy setup. Oh, the nightmares. Oh, God. Okay, so basically, I kind of break it down into two different main groups. So, like, I got computer 1, I got computer 2, right? So, on computer 1, we'll call this the main computer, right? So, this is the one that's housing. I use OBS instead of vMix because I didn't know about vMix at the time, and then I found out it only works on PC. But that's okay. And I wanted to use Wirecast, but for some of my streaming options that I wanted to use for gaming, to possibly bring in new faces, I had to use something like an OBS or XSplit. So I focused on OBS because they had good Mac support. So yeah. So we'll just say. So let me break it down. So I'm using for streaming, I'm using OBS. That's my main streamer. And then I got two different computers running. I got one computer that's housing me, Mr. Brown. And then I got that's a secondary control. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me say that again. Okay. So computer 1 is OBS and my guest, right? And then computer 2 is handling Mr. Brown and just basically Mr. Brown, because I had to find a solution to offset the memory, because the load is pretty hard and it's hard to my original goal was to have multiple characters on a show. Like I wanted to have like a round table, like 4 or 5 characters running at the same time. So I was trying to find ways to load balance, because you're not able to do allocate extra memory to Character Animator yet. Hopefully this year, hopefully soon. Hint. So I'll just break it down to computer 2, which is for my character. I have a MIDI controller. I'm working. I basically threw a piano on the ground and I'm stepping on it. So for when I'm playing games,
you'll be looking forward to that new update then, won't you?
Yes. Oh God, yes. And I just bought all this software to help me do it, and I'm like, no, God, no. So Yeah. So I got a mini controller on the ground for controlling my Mr. Brown while I'm playing games, and then I have I'm doing live switching, which is insane. I know I have problems. I'm doing streaming, live switching with the Elgato Stream Deck. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So now the next question people usually ask is like, how do I get another character running at the same time? So on computer 2, which is hosting the oh god, what is it? The OBS on the main computer. I have a what is it? What is it? Oh yeah, I'm using Discord. So I'm trying to make it easier for my guests, because usually it's like I'm already begging to have people on the show, which I never get. But I was trying to make it the easiest solution possible. So for me, having them just call in and I work the characters. So I'm working actually 2 characters at the same time, makes it easier for them. And then it's easier to get people on the show. So I'm using Discord, because Discord tends to have very as opposed to Skype, it tends to take less resources, because I just need the audio. So then I'm piping the audio in to Character Animator using various softwares and magics, dark magics, and then going from there. I don't know if this is kind of making sense, because it's kind of like all over the place, but
yeah,
does that kind of make sense? And so that's basically what I'm doing. So
we're super interested, because me and Anthony, we'll talk about it a bit more later, but we're working on another show, but which isn't going to be, like this show at the moment is just talking about animation, specifically Adobe Character Animator. But we are going to work on a cartoon show, and it's based in a bar. And one of the problems that we're tackling is that we want to get other characters in the show, and we've got to think of a way to, ideally have someone ringing, calling, whichever way it is, and then we could create template characters and get them to animate well, maybe not animate the characters, but voice the characters, work the lip sync, and then we could build in maybe like a set movement to it, or maybe something that we can control using the keyboard. So it's something we're definitely looking into. So we're super interested to know. When I watch your shows, I love how you got, you have all your guests on when you're talking about like Game of Thrones and things like that. I've been watching live and thinking, I wonder if is it similar to how me and Nancy's got our set up, or if it's a friend or someone like that you got guesting
in the same room. Yeah. It's funny because like I was kind of really curious, because like I'd been watching your tutorials for a while, and it was kind of funny because like you guys would be like I'd be working on something similar, trying to work something out, and then you'd pop up with a tutorial. Like, oh, I'm kind of like trying to do the same thing too, but yours is way more polished and more kind of figured. It's more put together. I'm just like stringing things together, just praying that it doesn't all blow up. But
that's exactly what we're doing. It's putting something together and hoping it works.
Yeah. So no, I think we're like on similar paths. So like that's why I think shows like yours are so important, because like there are just a few of us out there right now. But I'm telling you, the wave is coming.
It's the way I think, and I say it pretty much every show, that I think in the future we're going to see a hell of a lot more virtual, shows like this, shows like yours. It's going to be the norm. It's going to be basically what I reckon is going to happen. Have you ever read the book Ready Player One?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's exactly how we're going. And so all the presenters, all the shops, it's all going to be virtual interface. So we're like what do you call them? The pilgrims or whatever, going to America.
Right.
We're the first.
Yeah, like I think all the people that come after us will be way more famous. Yeah, they're gonna be super famous, and then we paved the way for their fame.
That's exactly. What it reminds me of? Angry Birds.
Yes.
The game Angry Birds. Everyone think Angry Birds came up with that game, but there was actually another game out identical to Angry Birds, which was The King or something like that, where you used to throw the king.
No, it's a catapult thing, I think. A catapult game.
Catapult thing. You threw the king, and then Angry Birds basically come along, reskin the game, and become billionaires. So
I know.
That's what I'm expecting to happen to us.
Mark my words, when all the animated storytellers come on this, it's going to be insane. And hopefully we will not be dust in the wind. But
well,
no,
we might be on a documentary, a history documentary in the future. You know, like when they showed them old, you know, cartoons before Walt Disney coming on. Yeah. Here's the ones that were unsuccessful before Walt come. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have like all tube arms and you know all that stuff. We'll just be dancing a jig or something. I don't know. But but something you said kind of it made me. Oh man, I had a little thing that I wanted to tell you guys, but I totally forgot. Well, you know, old age. You know, never mind.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. Virtual avatars as well. We look young, but actually I designed this face about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I'm old now.
Yeah. No, I remember now. So, like, you know, I was really way back in the day. I was really inspired by the idea of virtual avatars. Always kind of intrigued me. So, like, I really was into the gorillas way back in the day.
Yeah.
And so, it kind of stuck in my head. And then, I was watching Dark Mirror, and they had this
me and
episode.
Anthony.
Yeah.
the blue puppet, the bear puppet.
Waldo.
Yeah.
Waldo, that's it.
Yeah.
Me and Anthony was going to do that.
Yeah. Nice.
But we were scared that we might actually get voted, you know, people would actually vote for us and it wouldn't be funny.
Seems like a good idea.
Have, like, don't you have like Dark Helmet there in the UK that's running for a political office or something like that?
Yes, yeah.
I forgot.
Buckethead or something like that.
Yeah, Buckethead.
Lord Buckethead
or something. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of, you know, like when I made originally this character I made right here was a puppet. It was part of a I helped produce a YouTuber Kuba Mickey's her channels, and Kuma means bear in Japanese. So I was looking for a way to represent myself, being in the background and helping doing other stuff. And so I started thinking, hey, you know, I've always wanted to make a puppet, and I was watching a lot of reruns of Sifel and Ollie at the time, and I was like, hey, you know what, let me just make a puppet. So I made a puppet. And the reaction was really crazy. And then I saw the strength of having a virtual kind of avatar, and it kind of took off. Unfortunately, all my fans are in Japanese, and they don't watch any English content, so that kind of sucks. So that's why my numbers are so low. So but I saw the reaction that people were having, and I was like, man, you know, this can really go somewhere. And I even started thinking, like, man, like, what if you had guests that were like famous characters, you know? So it just kind of spiraled onto there. And like looking at your latest video with the Rick and Morty character that you built, I said, man, it would be so funny, like, if you, this is exactly what I was thinking about, like the idea of a talk show, and then you'd have guests that were popular guests, and you can have people come in and kind of play those fake characters, you know, or like fake versions of them.
I mean, yeah, that'd be
I always
pretty
thought that
awesome.
was kind of interesting.
Imagine if we could actually get like Rick Sanchez on the show and like interview him as the character. It would be amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been working on my. Yeah, you know, Rick. I was just wondering, if you could, just give me a chance, man. You know, I was just I've been working on my Morty. So.
We can use you. We've just got someone to do a voiceover for us. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I got you to do
it. I just stammer a lot.
I'm rubbish at doing voiceovers. Can't do them at all.
No,
I can barely talk myself, let alone do voice impersonations.
Hey, fair enough.
But
I just learned the alphabet.
It's funny that you say about building the puppet. We did the exact same thing. Yeah. We actually built a puppet a couple of years back now. Yeah. Howie the puppet.
It killed my arm.
Yes.
I actually made a whole episode, and this goddamn puppet had a big top hat on it, and it hurt my arm so much that I thought, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
And luckily, it's just around that time that I found Character Animator, and I thought, yep, that's the solution. Much better.
Yeah.
But like I said,
much better.
We've been looking into this this type of thing for about what was it, about 20 years ago? We found some software where it was using virtual avatars.
Back in 1998, something like that.
It was even
earlier
earlier than
that.
Software
called I wonder what it is.
OnLive Traveler.
Online Traveler, that was it. Yeah.
And
I don't know that one.
Oh, do you know what? It's still actually running live. You can actually
really?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's crazy. There's no one ever on there, but like say, people can go on there. But all it is literally like this. Yeah. Talking faces, uses the audio for the lip sync.
Nice.
And there's a few little expressions, and you can kind of float about. But when it first came out, there was like lecturers giving like classes.
Really?
And, yeah, they had sponsorship from MTV and all this, and so this was happening years ago. And the reason, Yeah, the reason it didn't go anywhere.
Well, most people even had the internet.
But this is it. What killed it was dial-up internet days. Nobody was on the internet.
Oh.
But there was a whole community. It was brilliant, and then it just disappeared, and then no one done anything with it for years. So
that's the worst.
Anthony contacted him.
Yeah. I contacted him to see if we could rebuild it, and then I soon realised I don't know what I'm doing, and then I need to learn how to build software.
No, what you wanted to do was
Don't
him
feel
to
bad.
rebuild it and us to do the update the graphics and whatnot. But he works for like NASA or something, don't he?
Yeah, the guy who done it, he works for NASA apparently. I followed him on Facebook. The last thing he was doing was putting together some theory about how how life started on Earth and stuff. So he's writing some thesis or something. It's crazy. It's like some crazy scientist.
Well, I'll give you a tip. Like, I taught myself programming so I can make iPhone games back in 2007, and I spent like a year, basically learning how to be a programmer. Just hire people to do that. Stick on the creative.
Yeah.
I wasted like a year of my half of my life, but
I've been looking into Unity lately, and doing some stuff with that.
Yeah.
And John, there's some cool stuff going on there with virtual avatars and stuff as well, especially with the VR. But like you said, I haven't got the time. I'd love to take the time to do it, but there's people out there who can just do it straight away. So it's like, you do it. I'll give you the idea.
That's the thing, though. Like, when you get a bigger team and you have more like following behind you, you're able to open up so many doors. Like, for example, here in Japan, it's like big fish, small pond, right? So if I had like 10,000 subscribers, I get access to all of the different kind of workshops and possible small budgets to put on original content, And so with that, you can go, look, here, dude, here's some money. Make this work. You know what I mean? You can make things work and get focused on the creative, because that's where it is. Because like, people get caught up in the gear, unfortunately. Like, I know people ask me how I do this all the time, and I'm like, look, I could tell you how to do it. I know they just want to like, just give me the facts. Just give me the facts, But it's not just that. You know what I mean? It's there's a lot of other things going on there behind the scenes too.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's if you can just if you have the resources, you're able to do so many things, and you just need the numbers, because numbers mean eyeballs. Eyeballs means that you get more attention, and the attention means you can really dive down deep and make the cool stuff that you want to do. But that's a whole other story.
We've all got the problem with most creators, most creatives, is you got to pay the bills. So we've all got a million ideas, and unfortunately, most of us don't get the time to do it until, even though we're working on a lot of great puppets for other people, ultimately those puppets are for other people. The ones that we want to make for ourselves, for our own projects, we don't get to work on them until, often it's 11 o'clock at night by the time I'm working on it. And then if I have if I have a project overrun, then that's another night gone. So if I had
you're so
a whole
tired
day,
by then.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't get to sleep before 2 o'clock. I can't get to sleep before 2 o'clock nowadays, because I've worked so late into the night for so many years that I can't even get to sleep before that time.
But you got to sleep.
And then I'm up
sleep,
at
man.
7
Let me tell
o'clock
you,
because the kids have to go to school.
Right. No, but here's the thing, though. You got to sleep, and you also have to live. So like, I recently burnt the hell out. I burnt out, man. I burnt out.
Yeah.
So I had to take a break because I was doing 16-hour days for like literally 3 years, every day I was working. And then you just hit this wall and you're just like, I'm done, dude. And then you don't want to hit that wall. You don't want to hit that wall.
I did it on Sunday.
You have to experience.
On Sunday, I think the whole house could hear me about 11 o'clock going, I am fed up. Forget this. I'm not doing it. I'm going to watch Rick and Morty, and I'm not doing nothing.
Right. And that's kind of the reason why I started gaming again, too. I was like, look, I got to live my life a little bit, because what happens is you get so much experience just being out there in the world, right? And if you don't live your life, you have no stories to tell. You have no... Yeah. You need to fill that cup. You need to really fill that cup. And I would spend a lot, like when I do stuff for Vice, I would have to be out in the streets, see what's hot, what's going on, you know what I mean, to find the weird stories, But if you're just working the whole time, you're not out on the street, And then when you're at home and it's time to work on something yourself, you're just burnt out. You can't do it. So look, you got to pencil in like me time. You have to do it. So I have so many videos that haven't been released. I just like record myself playing games or just, just doing whatever. I'm, taking the dog for a walk, things like that. You have to do it. If forget about character animator stuff. Take a break. Just take a break, recharge the battery, and then get back in and make cool videos like you guys do. But please, yeah. I'm begging you, don't make my mistake.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. I agree, but it always seems to be just like what it's like someone overeating or something. Like, I'll just have one more donut, just one more donut. This one won't hurt me.
Yeah. But it's addictive.
Put the donut down.
It's so fun. Yeah. You gotta no, but it's so addictive if you really think about it. Look, we're making this is fun, cool stuff,
Yeah,
and then I love
this. That's what I find when you find something new, like Character Animator. You think, okay, I'll just look into it. Then 4 hours go by, and you're like, oh crap! Yes. It's like, where did that time go? And my problem is,
they just shoot by, don't they?
See, I've been pretty good. I always say I'm going to keep my evenings and my weekends to myself. So I end up doing this stuff during working hours. I end up like just like, okay, I've made no money today.
You end up working all night to catch up.
Yep.
Yep. No, like what I do now is I do Sundays. I take Sundays off. Sundays is my day. Yeah. I might do a half day on Saturday.
There was a couple of years ago where I was literally working all night, all morning, and then I said, you know what? That's it. I'm not working at the weekends anymore. I mean, that didn't last. I still kind of work on a Sunday night, but I definitely don't work on Saturdays. And Friday nights, I always take, for the last couple of years, I always take Friday night off to have movie night with the kids. Always watch a film with the kids. Regardless of what project I have on. Running out of film to watch now. We've literally gone through all of them.
Nice. No, but that's good. You gotta recharge that battery, dude. Like I talked to a lot of artists and a lot of YouTubers. Like there's a trend here. I know we're not talking about character animator stuff right now, but this is like good stuff for all you artists out there. But a lot of, like in Japan, the trend right now is to have daily updates, right? So you have your Casey Neistat, you have a lot of popular YouTubers doing this, and with the algorithm, it creates the biggest amount of growth, which kind of goes back to character animator. I'm going to write a little pin down so I can talk about why this program is so damn awesome. So they're doing these daily updates, and they've been crushing it for all the years, and they're burning out. These cats are just falling all over the place because they can't keep that pace up. And the MCNs, one of the popular, I'm gonna get into this, one of the most popular MCNs in there, they're just worried about getting the ad revenue, and they're trying to maximize the amount of people that they can get into MCN. So the more videos they make, more ad revenue they make, things like that. So but these kids are they're killing themselves, and so what happens is you have they burn out. The quality of the content is not that good, and it kind of muddies up all of YouTube. So the problem with what's going on here in Japan is YouTube is skewing very young because they're and it's just basically a bunch of dudes or girls in the room doing makeup or just playing pranks on each other. You know what I mean? Because they can't spend the time to make better content. So and then this kind of goes to animation too, because the big problem with the algorithm before was we can't make shorts like we could before. It's hard to monetize it without any sort of crowdfunding or things like Patreon or things like that. But in the beginning phase, it's a grind, right? So this is what really brought me to a character animator, because I said, wait a second. For me, I've already established I got to keep the creative juices going, or else I get a little crazy. But for me, character animator was held the lip sync thing by itself. I was like, holy crap, this is a game changer. If I could just
that used to take so long before.
Because I used
it used to be the main thing that took the most time.
Yeah, it did, and it was soul crushing. It was the worst. So I worked with Toon Boom, and it was Flash at the time. I did some animated storytelling stuff. I just didn't really release two. I did a couple that I released when I was testing it out about 3 or 4 years ago. And then I was just like, oh, you know what? This is good, but this is crushing me. I can't spend this time. And then when I started hearing rumblings about what Adobe was doing with Character Animator, I was like, hold up. If this does what I think it does, this is a game changer. So I started doing experiments on my other channels. And it's like, the lip syncing by itself is worth everything for me, because it gave me some of my life, a big chunk of my life back. And so when I started doing these daily animated streams, so when I started doing these animated streams, I was like, I'm able to crank out these videos, and make them relatively fast. And I could be topical. I could talk about current events. I could do like a Philip DeFranco show if I wanted to. I could do all these things, and that's the power I don't think people realize yet of what you can do with this software. It's amazing. So that's why I get so pumped, and then that's why I do these crazy, 16-hour work sessions, just trying to work things out, because I understand what this means, and I don't think people understand what it means, and it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. We're pretty when we try and explain it to people, it is really frustrating because a lot of people don't get it, and but then a lot of people, don't really get animation in general anyway, or how much is involved. The amount of times
I think the most frustrating thing as for an animator is when a customer uses the word "just." It's just this.
Yeah, it's just a 1 minute animation.
Yeah,
it won't take that long. That'll take a day, won't it?
Yeah. I only want 1 minute animation, and it's like I'd say to them, it can be just a 30-minute animation, but there's a big difference between 30 seconds of one character stood there talking, and maybe 30-second trailer where things are blowing up and there's loads of characters running around. It's nothing to do with the time. It's to do with what's happening on screen.
We've lost Mr. Brown.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second. I had to go take a pee break. Hold up, I'll be right back. Hold on, let's see if I pop back up. Oh, hey.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah. Speaking, that's it. That's a perfect example. Like I had not a feud, but I was commissioned by this one MCN here in Japan, and they were like, "Oh, just make this quick animation of this it was like this head bobbing thing synced to music." And of these artists, like these guys playing in a band. I said, all right, yeah, I could do it, but because I can work pretty fast, I could draw pretty fast, I could do all this stuff really fast. So I was making it look a lot simpler than it was. And they're like, oh no, you just have to move the head around. It's like, no, I'm moving the head, heads are rotating and bobbing in time with the music. I have 3 characters going on in the background and all this stuff. And they were like, well, why can't you make this faster? I was like, I can't. I'm turning this over in like 2 weeks. Come on, man. But they don't get it.
No.
Sorry.
The amount of times I feel like, you get some customers. But the thing is, you really got to bite your tongue. And it's that customer service, especially with the internet, because your reputation can be ruined. You could have the most obnoxious customer, and there are some out there that can be pretty obnoxious. Most obnoxious customer in the world. But if you just lose your temper and say, you know what, screw you, they can go and slag you off all over the internet, and then that's your reputation down the drain.
Yeah, it's all about reputation. It really is. So I get a lot of my work from because people go, oh yeah, like I like shooting with this production company, I like working with this guy because he's easy to work with, and I make sure that have the clients have a good experience, because reputation, that's what gets your foot in doors, and if you because I see a lot of first time filmmakers, they'll be like, they'll have a fit, and I'm like, nah, man, you can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta grin and bear.
Oh, you know what? I think it's and I'm gonna sound like an old man, but I think I'm totally right. It's today's generation. I swear to God. They brought up kind of
back in the day.
back in the day when we
the thing is, I think it's also nostalgia though. You kind of, if you actually probably looked at what we was like back in the day when we was like very younger, maybe we was a pain as well.
Yeah, there's a lot more respect. And also, I don't think everyone expected.
I was extremely lazy. I didn't want to do anything.
I agree with that. Anthony was extremely lazy. In fact, back when we was younger, when I was only 18, our family had a pub. And so you imagine being an 18-year-old, being given a pub, to drink what you like. Yes. Didn't have to pay for anything.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like Willy Wonka's booze factory.
Yeah.
And the staff.
Nice.
The staff hated Anthony. I swear to God. He did. You know what? He did the total opposite of what a job is. It made it harder for everybody else to work.
I refute that.
So, Anthony, you're the start of the problem.
Yeah,
You're the start of the generation.
it's extremely hard to.
Shots fired.
It's extremely hard to work when you're drunk. So that's my defense.
It's all good. You know, I feel you. I'd probably do the same. No. Oh man, yeah. I like. I've heard the show too. Grieving of me bitching about like MCNs and being an artist problems and stuff like that. So I apologize. But you know, you don't get to talk about these things with other creators that much, and that's why it's good to, you know, we form communities. We talk about this stuff. We share our experiences. Share our experiences. Sorry.
Well, that's the whole point of it.
Hang on. Let me interrupt for a second. I'm just looking at the comments down here from Mr. Kaslan saying, "I hope I'm not on that list." No, I swear, honestly,
that's a client.
I'll be, you know, it's not. I'm literally talking about. You know, I have a different customer pretty much every day, and I can't moan because I've got plenty of friends who've got jobs that they absolutely hate, and I love my work. I enjoy the animation. It's just that every once in a while, and it can literally be probably one customer a year, but there's always that one who has no concept of animation or anything at all, and they just, you know, generally you just get.
Yeah,
it's not even the ones you don't understand. It's just the ones sometimes you just come across rude people.
Yeah.
And you try to explain.
Many. It's just a few.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
But I used to have an old boss who, when I used to do graphic design work, and they used to be like, "It's just copy and paste, isn't it? That's what you got to do, copy and paste." I was like,
Yeah. Oh, I feel you. Or it's like, you know, you go, all right, listen, I'm going to give you 3 options. I know in my head they're going to choose option 3. I know in their head. You tell them ahead of time. No, I know. Look, option 3 is what you want, right? And they go, can you give me about 10 more of these options? And it's like, okay. You pull it all the way out. You do all the work, you know. And then it's like, yeah, you were right. Option 3 is the best.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the worst. That is 100% the worst. The one where they have other options, and you try and talk them out of it, and you end up doing it, and then they say, "Yeah, let's go back to what you did originally."
Yeah, it's so funny. Like I called the rebound. I was like, okay, we're gonna tell you like rebound on this one, or the boomerang. So yeah, that's a perfect. Yeah, inside I'm all like, oh God, please not again. No, but that's part of the, you know, when you work as a designer.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
anything creative, that's part of it.
All creatives have the same. You know, you speak to anyone, they've all got the same issues and the same things. It's part, and like you say, when you get these younger people in who like freak out, they go, "I'm not having that." It's like it's part of it.
Right. It's like, that's part of the job.
You got to do it.
Customer service.
Yeah.
And it is at the end of the day, if you give good customer service, you know, you will build your business. If you throw your dummy out the pram every time, then that reputation is going to get around, and you're not going to get much work. So, you know, you just got.
That was awesome.
Bite the bullet.
Say that again. You said the baby out with the pram. That's awesome. That's so so British. That's awesome.
Oh no, yes, that's Scott is very British. What was he saying last week?
Okie dokie.
No,
I can't remember.
You're saying something.
Over.
Oh, Toodaloo, that was it.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, yeah. Yeah, my sister's actually from the UK. I'm like the only one from America. So I was born.
Where about in the UK?
I believe she was born in Sheffield.
Ah, right. Northerner, up north.
Yeah. Well, most of my family is like Manchester, so it was like we're split down the middle. So, but yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? Northerners. So, yeah. So, okay, sorry. Let's see. Let's see if I can get back on track and answer some of your wonderful questions, because I know they're probably the crowd might be like, "Oh man, look, you old fuddy-duddy bear! Stop complaining about your problems, man." Look, I'm alone by myself. Working on things.
I sit in an office by myself, generally 24/7. So this is the only time I get to moan about things. So you're more than welcome to.
Everyone loves a rant.
And that's it. At the end of the day, people come online to listen to us talk about animation, but they stay for us arguing. That's pretty much it. It's the whole.
Hey, that's the best part of the show. Oh God, yeah, I love it. So, oh man,
we've got a lot of comments down here, and we should probably we should address them because, you know, some people can't stick around for ages, and they might.
I apologize.
No.
We've got some questions. Okay, yeah. The basic pilot asked, are you using X keys for for your poses?
No, no, no. I just like I use I do the not the cycle loop cycles. I think it's loop cycles. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using the loop cycles, and I'm just like putting them on keys. So yeah, I was begging in a previous samurai video. I was like, can we have more key options? But then you guys released that awesome video a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was a week ago, where you're nesting these multiple loops with the guy with the cell phone. And I went, oh my god, thank you. So no, I just key everything in. Then I'm using MIDI controllers and game controllers to basically control the characters. So I'm not using X keys. I'm just using regular key binding kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on a character at the moment for this new show, and literally last night I've ran out of buttons. I've ran out of buttons, and because I didn't set it up properly, I can't do the whole netted thing, which is what I told everyone to do, and I didn't follow my own advice, so I screwed myself over there. So
don't feel
I'm
bad.
looking forward to
Don't
the new
feel bad.
updates.
Yeah, it's like do as I do and not as I say. So, I mean, do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Let's see. We've got a comment from OK Samurai. He was asking for the feature for allocated memory. He said $20 and he'll add the feature.
Right.
Hey, look, I'll give him 100.
Split between
Hell,
us.
I'd probably even give him more. Yeah, I'll give you a look. You got a nice C note coming towards you, sir, Mr. Samurai, sir. If you can make that work, because oh my god, that would be amazing. So yeah, $100 for you. Got your name on it right here, buddy.
Let's have a look. What other questions have we got? I saw one I was going to read a minute ago. I've lost it.
It's all good.
Let's see. What shows inspire you the most? The old CN cartoons from back in the day offered a lot of variety. And that was from I'm Only Happy When It Rains.
Oh, that's a nice name. That's cute.
You know what?
I like that.
I am only happy when it rains, because when I'm working and it's super sunny outside, I don't feel like working. So I want it to rain, and then I'm nice and content sat in the office doing my work.
Thank you. I am a firm believer in this. I love the rain for working days. It's the best. And people think I'm crazy. They're like, you're like a ame otoko. And like that's like a rain boy in Japanese. And I'm like, no. Look, you don't understand. You guys just don't get me. You don't get me. It's the best. Anyway, but yeah. Okay, so to answer the question, God, I already forgot the question. What was it?
What cartoon shows inspired you?
What cartoon shows? Okay. So what kind of really inspired me besides the gorillas? There was this way back in the maybe about 10 years ago. There's this there's a site called spill.com, and they use animated avatars, and they would have these amazing talk shows. They would do movie reviews and things like that. And so I loved it because, like, being here in Japan, I was not by myself, but I wouldn't get to speak English that much. And so it gave me, and they're from Austin, they're from Texas, they're Texans too. So I would listen to their shows, and they would have basically animated avatars that they would have doing all sorts of stuff like that. So it kind of inspired me. I always said to myself, look, it would be kind of cool to make another show like that, where I would have animated avatars talking about news, life, things like that. So they were a really big inspiration for what I'm doing. People keep comparing me to Nerd Soup, and I was like, no, man, this Nerd Soup is cool. I love their reviews, and I'm not trying to do a Nerd Soup, but I'm trying to do more of what Spill.com was doing. They moved on to a new channel called Double Toasted after Spill.com got shut down by Hollywood.com. Yeah, but Spill.com, they were doing some really, really funny stuff. So shout out to all the Spillios out there. So yeah, Gorillas, Spill.com.
And what was the animated show? Because obviously, you was an animator before you discovered you were an animator, weren't you? Before you discovered Character Animator. So what was the show when you was a kid that you used to watch that made you think, this is what I want to be when I'm older? I want to be a cartoonist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I started really early. That was the kid that, like, I got a thing. I was like on the Disney Channel, like when I was in the 3rd grade. They would have
Yeah,
these
we didn't
things
get
where
Disney
you
Channel
would.
in England.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, this is back in the
You have to
80s.
go to video
so
shop and get a video. Yes, we're probably about the same age, by the sounds of it.
yeah, yeah, we're probably
You have
close.
to go to
Probably
video
actually really
shop
close.
to get to watch anything from the Disney Club.
Okay.
Back in the day when there was video shops, so that's how old we are.
Back when there was, yeah, I know, right? That's so crazy to think about, but
There's
anyway,
not
yeah.
even,
So
even DVD stores anymore, is there? As in like rentals.
we have them here in Japan actually. We still, yeah,
I love
it's like
going
a
to the video
Stone Age
shop.
here. It's weird. Yeah, it's
It was an
pretty
evening
fun.
out.
Yeah. No, okay, so okay, so like I got started with
Getting off track again.
Garfield. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
love Garfield. I remember
Garfield-
getting a video of that for
Garfield and-
Christmas.
Bloom County was another one that I was really. See, my sister worked at a library, and I stole all the books. So I stole Peanuts, Bloom County, and Garfield books like crazy. I probably shouldn't. Hey, but it's a statute of limitation, so they can't lock me up for that. I was like, yeah, I was like in the
Yep,
first
yep.
grade. So, and then I got really into anime back in the 80s. So back when, before it was like super, super underground. So we were watching like Megazone 2,
Well,
3.
kind of like when Akira and Fist of the North Star was first coming through.
Right. So like that's hitting around. Like I first got introduced. So some of my friends were coming back from Hong Kong, and they would bring back videos of like Dragon Ball, things like that. So this is like 80s. Ooh, this is like 88, 87, 89, something like that. Then I really started getting into anime around the early 90s, and I was just lost from there. So it was just a breath of fresh air. And then I kind of fell out for a while because like when I went to school, I was a painter for many years. They kind of breed it out of you, So I started doing some penciling for some comic book companies. But it was it's time for me to wake up. Turn that off. I started doing penciling and stuff like that as an illustrator and penciling for comic book companies, like on the side. And then I was like, no, everyone was like, no, you're a serious artist, man. You're a serious artist now. You're a visionary artist. That's what you do. So like I went into painting. So I was a painter for many years. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go back and try to be a doctor. And then when I was in school, I made a design company, kind of spiraled from there. So my art history is kind of weaved in and out. So it's whatever brought me back. And so the latest thing that brought me back was actually Cowboy Bebop, when I kind of swore off anime. And then it really made me start drawing and making stuff again. And so it's kind of a elongated history of what kind of inspired me. But and then making the iPhone apps too. I was just making original characters and going from there. So I got all sorts of crazy influences, not just cartoons, but classical art, modern art.
It sounds like a lot of animators have a very similar sort of path. It's not. I think when you look at Disney films and stuff like that when you're a kid, it just seems so far, unattainable that I'm never gonna, especially not where we were in England. It was like there's no chance that we're ever gonna become animators. So you just think it's not something that's ever gonna happen to you. But then as the years go on, obviously the technology, like Flash, I think Flash was a big game changer.
Game changer.
It was because that went away from the whole having to draw 1,000 pictures for 1 second of animation, and having the equipment to do that. Flash was almost a halfway point to where we are now with Character Animator, and that is where me and Anthony really jumped back into animation in a massive way. Yeah, because we started doing web design and doing animation.
Yes, Macromedia
websites when you could have animations on websites. Because remember, at one point you thought using Flash you was going to have all these amazing sites, and then you had the whole Steve Jobs thing go on, and that killed it all. But then you just kept using Flash anyway to make cartoons.
Yeah, he killed Flash. It's so funny. He totally killed it.
I don't even know why. To this day, I don't. Anthony, I think, has a better idea. It just seems like, what? I've got a problem. I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but if there was a falling out or something, and it was basically it was a power play. It's like, well, if you don't, I think it's probably something to do with the ISO thing, wasn't it? Like having Safari over. It's to do with web browsers, I think it was.
Yeah, like I think he already had lined up the iPhone, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
They were already trying to work because they were already starting to work with web apps and HTML5. So when that happened, the system resources for Flash were just insane because it would just gobble it up, and he was like, "Nah, man." And so he was like, "Screw it, you guys are dead," and he killed it. So
Yeah, because
I actually remember when it happened and like nothing was working, and it was like
nothing was working.
I was like, this is
I always thought by now we'd have like amazing websites, or almost like interactive cartoons.
No.
That's where it was heading. That's the way.
That's what we actually started making that, didn't we? Yeah.
That was my first design company. Yeah, that same here. That's what really made me taught me how to do animation more as opposed to fine art. Flash was the thing. That was the thing that got me in. Then you had sites like Newgrounds. You had Icebox, and they would make these cool animated shorts. I was like, holy crap! And so that's what got me into it. Like I remember that one summer I saved up all my money for After Effects and Macromedia Flash, and I was working as a T at the art department, and they were like, look, we need someone that does computers and understands how Flash and all that stuff works for the the websites, and that's what got me in. But Flash was a thing, man. It was all about making Flash websites, and that's what started my first design company.
Well, I mean, Flash is obviously there's still a lot of TV shows that have been made with Flash or slash Adobe Animator as it's called now. Though I know there's a lot of people that's moving over. I don't know, it's a big divide, ain't it? Again, it's like that PC Mac thing where you got people that use Adobe Flash, and then you got the people Adobe Flash slash After Effects, and then you got the people that are using Toon Boom. And I do like the look of Toon Boom. It looks fantastic.
Toon Boom's amazing.
I do not have the bloody time to sit down and learn a whole new thing. I just spent ages learning this Character Animator. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I have the same issue because I do all my animation in 3D, and I spent all this, but I spent all the time learning the software that I use, which is Lightwave, and then you then realise it's like, well, everybody uses Maya, so I haven't got time to learn it from scratch. And I always say every year, I'm going to learn it. Yeah. I'm never going to learn it. It's never going to happen.
I keep saying I'm going to learn 3D, but I think Anthony does that. Let him carry on with it.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at 3D. I keep trying and I fail miserably. I
just love 2D. I think 2D.
Yeah.
I love 2D. I think
we don't want to be great, 3D like you.
3D is great. Look, if you're 3D, you can have an alien head.
See that?
I'm so jealous.
I'm so jealous. Oh, dude, you know what you can do though? Dude, what I've been really working with. I've been wanting to work with 3D stuff. So building 3D rooms, and then using the YouTube VR stuff and making scenes that way. And then you can use like a shader that had like a cell shaded shader around it too, and you can put people in these 3D environments. That's what I want to do. So I want to experiment with that really bad.
There's also another way of doing that with Unity as well. I know you can input Character Animator into Unity and bring it into a full 3D scene.
That's pretty cool. Right.
And then there was a whole other thing I was thinking about.
Anthony and a friend of ours is working on at the moment.
Yeah, we've been looking into it.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
What was the other thing as well? The whole 360 stuff as well. I looked into doing. There's quite a few bits you could do with that, but it's just another idea. Dude.
Yeah, I went to Creator Summit for YouTube with Kuma's channel. So it's basically they invite the top 100 creators. So like PewDiePie's there, all this, all the crazy ones. I don't know how we got in there, but the cool thing was we got to see what was coming up down the pipeline. So they're really pushing for 3D really hard at the time last year, and so excuse me. I was like, oh my god, if I could just put this in a 3D space. And I noticed this guy that draws cats. I forgot his name. It's like a black and white cartoon. It's like Simon's Cat or something like that. And then he started doing stuff with the 3D.
Simon's Cat.
Yeah. It's like Simon's Cat, something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that.
And so he's but it's really, really interesting. I was trying to dig up all the information I possibly could of how to build 3D spaces and then possibly render it and then make it look 2D and then set up kind of interactive experiences. It's hard to tell narratives in 3D. I've been talking back and forth with people about that, but 3D is amazing. I think it's it's a big thing for the future.
I think it is with everyone's jumping on the VR and augmented reality at the moment.
Who knows?
So I think that's going to be quite big, especially with was it Google Glasses?
Yes.
Coming out. So some of the stuff, some of the things I've seen.
HoloLens. Yeah, I'm trying to get someone in from HoloLens. He replied to me on LinkedIn, kind of like, why should I come on the show? It's like, I actually think Character Animator and virtual avatars is part of the future. It's going to be
augmented reality,
3D, 2D, augmented reality. You're going to have people shop fronts online, and you're going to have customer service via a avatar head. And I think it's going to be a big part of,
it's doable now.
Interaction in the future.
You can, like I say, you can pipe in Character Animator into Unity, set Unity up as an augmented reality app, and there you go. You could have your character on a table, but you need obviously you need a phone or something to look at it. But yeah, there's loads.
Yeah.
Like, so we have these ideas all the time. It's like, will I ever get time to look into that one?
Right, like they started doing stuff like that with chatbots back in the day. And then I was like, oh man, it would be cool to have an animated chatbot avatar. It's actually the one of the games I made had like I was using a chatbot as the engine. So it was like Pokemon and a chatbot and Tamagotchi mixed up together. So you'd talk to your character and it would grow and you get experience and you could battle other people like a Pokemon. And then it was like a character you took care of like a chatbot. Sorry, like a Tamagotchi. And then I got ripped off on the battle engine. And like I outsourced for the battle engine and I did everything else and I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna draw pictures.
Yeah.
Drop it. I should probably in the chat they're actually talking about Twitch. Hold up, what did I say?
Kazla is just saying, I'll get it up. There's still a market with Flash for Twitch alerts.
Yes. I'm so happy that you can finally get the Twitch alerts on YouTube now. Before we can get in YouTube gaming, so because I always thought it's a good incentive. So during some of the experiments, I noticed I would put the follow count. So under Setsumei, I would have the follow count. I would show that it was live, and then when people would subscribe, we give the air horn. I don't know if I can do it here, but hold on, look for the air horn. Hold up, do the air horn. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not. Because it's in OBS. It's in OBS. Sorry. But it builds that kind of we're going towards something as a goal. So yeah, there's still room for flash alerts, but it seems like Twitch and some other programs are utilizing it more. Not so much as a UI, not as much as a thing for websites or animation, but for displaying content. Not content. Oh God, I'm sorry. My brain's dead. I apologize, folks.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's far too early. That's definitely too early for me. I could not handle that.
I feel bad.
Nah, it's all good. I got it. It's a good. I need the mental exercise.
Are you normally up at this time in the morning?
Nah, not anymore. Ever since we got this dog, man, I'm in. Like he gets up at like now, and I gotta walk him. Yeah, but usually, when I'm working on a project, I'll work till about like 1, and then I'll crash out till like about 8, and then I move on and do my coffee and breakfast, and then start up again. So
what? So what are you working hours like normally? What time would you say you log off, turn the computer off?
Oh, it's always on. It's always on.
We don't turn computers off. What are you on about? There's stuff rendering.
Yeah. This it's always going. It's always going. I'm either shooting. I'm either setting up another project or producing something. So I'm glad I'm with someone that understands.
We've just had a question from
yes,
Kussler Plays.
Yes,
I was trying to help him out with this earlier on, but he was saying you can't get Character Animator to run in OBS unless he has the window open. Can I click on a different window? If I click on a different window, Character Animator stops working. Do you know the way I can get it to work on one machine?
Unfortunately, you can't. You have to have the Character Animator window open. I've tried. and yeah, that's the only way it can work. So
So
what
if
I do,
you
that's another reason.
if you click it off,
Oh.
like say if you leave it run character animator running in the background,
Mhm.
does it
Mhm.
still not work?
No,
It still picks up.
it'll run. It'll track your head and stuff like that. But I can't do any keying. I
Triggers,
can't do
yeah.
any.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I switched off into the two computer system.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do the same. We was gonna.
Yeah.
That's on my list of things to look into. Seeing if there's a way of like kind of creating hotkeys or something so it accesses the character animator in the background.
What about that thing that we did a while ago, Ant, where we use a virtual keyboard, like use your phone, and you got a keyboard on your phone which syncs to your computer. Mind you, then you got to be logged onto the program. Never mind, forget that.
No. I know what you're. No, I know what you're saying. I think you have to have an instance open, active for Character Animator to pick up the. So like for on my camera on my B computer where I have Brown up, that's always live, right? And then I'm piping out the NDI to my main camera, and then I have issues with that in OBS too. Like they'll do updates, but you know if you're on PC it'll work, but the Mac one won't work. So I got all weird workarounds to get that running. But yeah, my Brown character is actually live, and for when I'm doing a live show, this is where the Elgato Stream Deck is really good because I'm allowed to work inside OBS natively, like if that makes sense. So like when I do the live switching between cameras, I don't have to have the Character Animator window live, which is, oh my god, I didn't know that when I bought it, and that is a godsend. Oh, it's amazing. So no,
So
the
how do you mean
Elgato.
you don't have to have it live?
So okay, so like say like I wanted to switch cameras, right? Like say I'm in like we'll just say like I have I'm working in Character Animator, right? And so I want to switch between different scenes, right? So ideally, what I was doing in the past, like an idiot, oh god, I can't believe I was doing it was insane. I would have two instances of I would have two characters going, right? And then I would have no, sorry. I had Character Animator going and I had OBS. So I'd have to switch to the OBS window, click on that, and then click a scene to switch the camera, then click back to my character back and forth. And that was insane. And that was my I give up point. And then I hit that wall. But you know, you hit walls and you somehow find a way out. And then so I was like, you know, I want to get the Stream Deck. And so I was thinking about it for a long time. I was like, screw it, let me just get it. Let me see what's up. And then I set it up and it was just like I hit the button. It was like it said something about working with oh good night. Oh sorry, good night, Bunny.
Hang on.
XOX.
Bunny XOX.
Sorry about that.
That's my daughter. Every week she posts questions on and every week we
never answer
them. She moans at me.
Go to bed, Amy.
But she should be asleep.
Thank you.
She shouldn't be asking questions. You got school in the morning.
Thank you. Yeah, get your learn on. Don't be like us. No. Trust me.
I think she was picking up on what you were saying earlier about having a dog, because she's trying to convince us to buy a dog at the moment. Looking for any reason to get one.
Yeah, once you get past the toilet training, it's amazing. You know, it's a good like reliever of you have to take a break. You know, I have to go outside and walk.
Yeah, I think having a dog might prompt me to get out the door and actually walk it. You know, get out the house, give me an excuse.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to go walking around the field on my own. I think that'd look a bit weird and creepy. If you got a dog, it's okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, exactly. That's so true. I know, that's funny. No. So, yeah. So, the Elgato works. They have something with the API. It works directly into Stream Deck. So, I'm able to make switches. So, like, say I can't show you now, but I'm able to switch scenes and set things up and not leave Character Animator, which is really good.
That is pretty cool. So it just runs stuff like that. That's worth looking into, actually. Casella Plays has added another comment. He just said he only wants it for the lip syncing while he's streaming on Twitch, but for some reason I can't get it to work unless I have Character Animator window open and it's the top window. So I think
okay, I know what's going on. So what he needs to do, to get it to work to get the audio, you got to make sure that your character is selected. I do this sometimes. So like if I have it selected on a different thing, like say I'm selected audio,
okay, yeah.
I kind of stop right here. I'm not doing anything, right? So you got to make sure your puppet's selected. Also, make sure that you have one window. Like I usually keep the camera microphone window active. So and I just leave that alone. And that way it kind of keeps rolling. But if that doesn't work, you might have to switch to the two computer setup. But I mean, if I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I think I've come across this actually as well. If you when you click onto OBS and then click back into Character Animator, you end up clicking off of your character. So, like you say, then it doesn't do anything, and you think, well, it's not working. So you've got to make sure to click the character first, then click onto the OBS window.
It's insane.
And as long as it's in the background, it's not been minimized, it should work.
It should work. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things you just learn from practice, and you kind of learn how to work within the rules of this system. Like I said, we're all pioneers at this point right now. We're just trying to make sense of this. So that's what seems to work.
We've got like I said, we've got a crazy setup at the moment. We've got Skype running, a vMix call, a direct vMix call. There's all sorts. So we've got all sorts coming in, and like I say, I'm not even sure how it's working. To be fair,
well, you need to make a note so next time we don't have to go through the drama of it again.
Yeah. The funny thing is, every week I save the settings for each episode, and each episode the settings are completely different. And like I say now, my computer was all set up, working fine, and then Windows Update decided to destroy everything.
No.
I think that whole Windows Update thing is just an excuse.
No, I'm telling you now. Windows Update, I swear, it's only made.
It's the update. It's the update.
Nah, it's just made to annoy people.
It's true. No, it's funny. Like I do the same thing. Like I try to set things up ahead of time. So anything I can do to help the process go a lot faster and smoother, I try to set up ahead of time, with whether it be like setting up animated sequences like arms moving, things like that, presets, things like that. But without fail, no matter what, something goes wrong. Like lately, I've been having a problem with OBS and audio. Like for some reason, my audio just won't work. Like I'll start a stream, I'll start talking, and I'll look down, and everyone in the chat's like, we got nothing, dude. We can't hear anything. So I'm just like, great. So then I have to shut it down, restart again, and then pray for what's. I don't know what's going on, to tell the truth. So I'm still trying to test that out. But it's the worst when you don't know what it is. But there's a solution.
Yeah, and it's always something simple. It's like, I haven't pressed that button. And we get we get it every week. But I hope one day it'll.
No, but I believe it'll get easier though. I really do believe that these experiences that you have, it makes it easier for you. Then you're able to troubleshoot things faster. Like if I ran into some of the problems I run into now, I'd be like, nah, dude, I'm game over. But through all the mistakes in the trials and learning from all this.
Well, our start time.
When we first got into Character Animator, we used to be pulling our hair out about why this head was floating off or why that arm wasn't connecting. And I remember, and now I look back, and there were times where it drove me insane when I was first learning it.
I'd get a Skype call, and all it was just ranting and swearing. I'm like, so you haven't got it working there.
No, that sounds about right. That sounds like if you're not swearing within the first couple
but the worst thing is that me and Anthony have our own offices. Even though we work together almost on a daily basis, we work together virtually. Whereas I have, I'm fortunate that I've got a big room in my house, which I converted into an office. Okay. But Anthony rents his office from, so he's working with other people, and I didn't know he didn't have like the headphones plugged in to his computer. So when I'm Skyping him and going, bleep, 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 Anthony's like, they're going, there's a customer in the. I'm like, what are you going on about? There's a customer. Why can they hear me?
Oh, that's hilarious.
About times I had to like turn the like I've got other people in there. There's customers like there, just like some old guys like looking at me, going, what's going on? I'm like, just ignore him.
Don't worry about it. Nothing's here.
I get inventive with my swearing too.
Nice. Like, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of you guys. You guys have it like you guys have each other that you can work with as a team and feedback and kind of work things out together. Because like sometimes when you're working by yourself, it's like an echo chamber. You don't know if
Yeah.
you're doing the right
Yeah.
thing. You know, it's hard to get like.
But it's
Sometimes
quite-
it's a spark of thinking something different that gets the ball rolling in
It's
the
all-
right direction.
It's
So,
good to have a fresh pair of eyes sometimes, like something
Yeah.
that will take me like
Yes.
I'll be on it for about 3 hours, and then I'll say like, look, I can't do this to Scott, and he'll be like, well, did you press that? I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then vice versa.
Well, we
it's
use
just-
Skype, so because we use Skype, you can share the screen,
Mhm.
and I've got like a
Mhm.
couple of monitors in my office, and Anthony will
Mhm.
be on. It's almost like he's in the office with you because he's on a full TV screen, and he can share
Yeah.
his workshop with me, so I can see what
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
working on. He can see what I'm working on. It literally feels like you're in the office together, you know.
It is. It is basically.
Except
You know.
Apparently, there's people that I can't see listening to me swear my head off.
So I've,
but no,
I've
you guys
learned
gotta
now.
do- That's cool.
Keep the headphones on at all times.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
that's so
got one
funny.
last question for you before we move
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
next section of our show.
Oh God, yeah. I'm so sorry.
just out of
yeah,
interest.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Being in Japan, as far as I'm aware,
Yes.
it looks like
Mhm.
over in Japan that there's a big, appetite for animation, cartoons.
Yes.
And do you find that, is there a lot of excitement in Japan for Character Animator? And do people grasp the potential for it for marketing and advertisement and interaction? Because we've been trying to inform people about that in this country.
Mhm.
And it's just trying to convey to them how great this is, how you can engage. But it seems to me in Japan, there's already a big appreciation for animation. Have you found that?
Yes. So like right now, like I actually met and talked with them during a YouTube event. There's a character called Kitsune I forgot it, but she's a virtual character, and I think they're about to hit 1 million subscribers, and it's blowing up like crazy. But they do this other software I was looking into before I found Character Animator. It's basically it does take lip syncing. It's more of a 3D animator. They use it a lot in games. You'll see it in mobile games when they have like animated characters talking and stuff like that. They'll do mocap and they'll use that. And I believe that's what the software that they use. And they have like a
Which
motion
software
capture.
that was?
Let me see if I can find let's see if I can find it.
Was it Face? It was not Faceware, is it?
I forgot the name. Like it's been a while since I've looked at it, but it's something like that. But it's straight up anime stuff, you know. Hold on. Anyway, if I look it up, my brain will explode. So there is a definite interest in virtual characters now, but unfortunately, most of the people that are interested are just companies now, not so much creators. Now, granted, I showed what I was doing. Some people I'd be editing in the 4K room, and then at YouTube, and then people poke their heads in, and I'll be previewing a video I was working on while I'm working. I was kind of multitasking, quote unquote. And I'd be like, "What's this?" And this is Character Animator, you know. And then people are like, "Oh, well, I tried it a long time ago." I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." And they're like, "Oh, but I couldn't get it to do what I wanted to do." It's like, "Yeah, because it's hard at first. You got to grind it out." So, they're fortunate to see the fruits of the labor after seeing what can be done after grinding it out. So,
Also,
but I believe there will be interest.
I think like in the last year, all the additions and all the updates are massive. It's come along
It's been
so
amazing.
much. So
Yeah,
we've had
because
the
it used
same.
to just be a plug-in to After Effects, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, or if they found some I would say After Effects plugin would be amazing. Integration with Adobe Flash would be amazing too, but I
I
don't
would
think
love.
it's
I've asked about that. I want it to be
Yeah.
just for the lip sync alone. I know you can get some, but it would be amazing if you could get this built into, and also not just for animation purpose, but at the moment you either use Illustrator or Photoshop as the master file that you import into Character
Exactly.
Animator. Imagine if you could
Exactly.
use either After Effects or Animate. That would save a lot of bloody time, and that would be great.
Right. So,
Dave,
like,
I'll give you
imagine
$100 if you do that.
Yeah, $100. $100. That's my C note for you right there.
It's going to make himself a good little learner.
Yeah, I know, right? He might have a little bit of a. He'll have some fat pockets by the end of this stream. No. I don't think. I would love to have that for Flash. I think it's more viable for After Effects. But building characters in Animate would be really cool, because then I can say I went back into my animated storytelling kind of stuff I wanted to do. I could then just switch it out, you know, kind of hot swap it. And so then when I do traditional animation, I can just, you know, pop into Animator, make those sequences go, and then pop back in for like kind of live stuff, and then together. But it doesn't. It's easy to say, but it programming wise, it's a nightmare. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
worry about that. They can sort it.
We're doing what we were moaning about earlier when we say, we have customers who use the word just.
yeah,
that's what we're doing right now.
Just integrate it.
Just
don't want to hear excuses. It's easy.
I fully appreciate it's really hard. I'm just, I'm just dreaming.
It's like
what I've got at the moment works fine.
Yeah, just as a new but it's
only that's another
we're
one.
Asking for the moon. We got magic. It's making magic happen with live lip syncing. We're asking for more, greedy bastards. But
yeah.
But that's So I guess that answers the question a little bit. Oh man, I talked up the store. I apologize, folks. I apologize.
No, this is great.
It's definitely...
it's just a that's the whole point of the show, just to have a fun back and forth conversation.
This is an informal chat about the software and stuff, and
because at the end of the day, this is about as good as it gets. You're never going to get any more professional than this from Muster.
I know, right?
We're animators. We're not presenters. I can barely talk properly.
But that's really funny that you should mention that, because I'd spent so much of my time putting on the kind of dev hat, like just trying to make, as a technician, trying to make things work. And then when it's time to make a show, it's like, oh man, I got to remember that I got to put on my entertainer hat now. It's so funny because I spend so much, perfect example, like the pre-show before a show. It's like, oh, go, make it work. And then it's like, oh, now I have to be funny. Now I have to hold a conversation. And it's like you're just throwing the gear, you're switching into going from first to fourth gear, and you're just trying not to burn out all the gears. So you gotta be entertaining at the same time. Yeah. And it's really hard. It's really hard. But yeah, sorry. But you continue. I apologize. Oh man, my nose is running.
I totally forgot what we was talking about now.
It's all good. I never know what I'm talking about. It's okay. You get used to it.
So,
okay. So you know what?
Okay. Well, I'm the one with the script, so I suppose
I was just about to say you've got the script. Come on, tell us.
Yeah, I got the script. Okay.
You said earlier.
I'll tell you what.
Moving on to the next part of the show. What was the next part of the show?
Right. Okay. Well, hang on. Before we move on to the next part of the show, let me just double check. Any more comments?
Ooh, chat. Yeah. Sorry, I tend to ramble on these things.
No.
I wish I could have you guys on my show.
Yeah, you can do.
I gotta work on it.
We'll come on your show. I'd love to.
Oh, I gotta figure out how to make it work. My system's so crazy. So I'll get back into the lab and work something out.
We should be able to. I reckon I think what we'd be able to do is we can output us through Skype, and then should be able to bring Skype into OBS.
Yeah, I could do a window character because my setup usually has when I do interview stuff, they're behind a table and stuff like that. So I guess I could put you guys on the big screen in the back or something like that. I could work something out.
Yeah, just let us know. We'll
just let us know. We'll be happy to come on.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can shrink the heads down, move them closer, or do something.
Yeah. Oh man. This is this is fun because you guys understand that the struggle. This is amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. People out there don't understand. They don't see what's going on behind the scenes, behind the curtain.
No idea. They have no idea. I think that's what's gonna scare a lot of people off when they're like, "Man, I'll do this, man. These fools," and then they go, "Oh my god, they're wizards. They're wizards. They're making wizardry."
But this is what
the Wizard of Oz. Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'll get my finger on the trigger.
This is why we try and make all these tutorials and just try and help, because we want people to be making this stuff. More people that's out there making it, the more we can collaborate, and they're fun to watch
and raise awareness as well.
And then also the more people doing it, the more people are solving solutions to problems as well.
Right.
You'll always see someone will come up with a new idea that none of us have even thought about, and it's like, that's great. Why didn't we do that? So,
right. Yeah, I think
that whole standing on your shoulders and giants thing, on it.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like we're at the ground floor. So hopefully we could
Yeah, we're the
scoop
ones
back
that
up.
everyone's going to be standing on top of.
I know, right? Oh, it's so, and it happens
like,
to me so many times. Like this pattern. So
yeah.
no.
Can we come
I
to the
just gave
top?
up. I'm like,
No, stay down there.
stay down there. No,
I'm a shoe.
hey, look, make stuff. You do the work. Do the work. We'll make the money and the fame. You guys keep it going.
That's it. All the money goes up the top. Drop us some pennies down the bottom.
Hold up, I got a little technical difficulty, so I might
That's
disappear.
okay.
That's okay. We've just had a question pop up anyway, so
while you
yeah.
we'll answer the question while
yeah. Well,
this is from Break Circle. Quick question.
Yes.
We are looking for a new creative ways to advertise and was wondering for a beginner how hard it would be to use Character Animator. We do have an experienced graphic designer with us.
It's super hard. Pay us to do it for you.
It's so hard. It is so hard.
Yeah,
don't do the right thing. Do the right thing. No, it's not that hard.
No.
Well,
if you follow
I think we've
Samurai's tutorials.
This, I think we discussed this last week, didn't we? I believe where we were saying with the thing with Character Animator, you can go two ways. It is actually very easy. You can make a simple character and it can look great, it can be studying, it can be talking, but at the same time you can go really complex with Character Animator as well. You could have a character that could be like a full-on Disney looking thing, and that would require more skill. So Character Animator is open to everybody. It's available to everybody, and it just depends at what level you want the character to operate at. If you want something really top end, then you might have to look into finding someone with, like the animation skills to get a character moving and flowing the way you want them to. Or if you just want a normal humanoid, normal person talking, then it's dead easy. Look, check out Dave Warner's OK Samurai page, and he's got tons of videos. That's how we learnt.
Yeah, I mean, we've got loads of
now. It's just
tutorials
watching
as well.
these videos.
We've just had
tutorials too.
So I've just had an interesting question from Nerd Crab.
Oh yes.
It says, "What is this?"
That's a good question.
That's a great question. What is this?
What is this? I don't know. It's the future. It's the future.
It's obviously
the future.
It's two floating heads talking to a little bear. I mean,
just same old.
Just chilling.
No. Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah, but
just a quick introduction. Well, basically, this is a live cartoon show. As you can see, we are actually operating live, so you can ask us a question right now, and we'll answer it right now. And the whole show is just about talking about live animation and basically the software that currently operates all that, which is Adobe Character Animator. If you've got any more questions, feel free to ask us or our guest, Mr. Brown.
Yes. Remember, it's the future. It's the future. Oh man. So but to answer, going back to Break Circle's question, there's plenty of it all depends on how deep you want to go. Like for example, I know with me personally, I'm about to do another iteration of myself, and I'll get more. It'll look more like a old-timey cartoon a little bit. I got really inspired by Cuphead. So like the backgrounds will be more cell shaded, not cell shaded, but actually painted sets, things like that. So it's gonna look more like a cartoon this next iteration as opposed to whatever I am now.
I think that's a great design you got there.
Yeah, you've got a really good design.
Oh, stop it. Oh, you got sexy boys. You guys get sexy boys. Thank you very much. So sorry.
Mind you, our heads, both mine and Anthony's, are our first generation designs. This head that I'm using right now is the very first. It's the very first digital puppet I ever made. It's actually incredibly basic compared to what we've been building for other people and other ones that we're working on at the moment. I really need to update this one and add a shed load of new expressions to him, because at the moment I've only really got I've got a few cool little things which were great 6 months, 1 year ago, but now I should be making him a lot more expressive.
It's annoying because this is probably the worst puppet I've made.
The ones that we bloody use the most.
Yeah, I know. But saying that, Scott's been putting a lot of effort into some new characters for the show that we're going to be making, and they are pretty cool, to be fair. Like, they've got some nice triggers and animations on them, so I'm really looking forward to using a character that's actually got some really good expressions. All I use at the moment is smile, and I mean, look, my angry face are these ones. The shadows are all wrong. It just angers me.
It's okay. No, but seriously, you guys are so far ahead on the puppet making game. Like, this is my second iteration of Brown, and it's a pile of doo doo. It's really a pile of doo doo. But like,
oh no.
You guys have mad skills for making your puppets. And I'm so like not jealous, but like in awe of what you guys are able to create and come up with. So like I will be looking at your tutorials a lot for the next because there's a lot of kind of features that you guys have touched upon about like having multiple characters on the screen, like the transitions with the way people talk. It's so good, and the use of 3D. I'm just like, honestly, you guys are really crushing it. You guys are my puppet senpais.
We like I say, our main thing that both of us have been really into for years is character design. So Character Animator is just like the perfect outlet for us. You know, it gives us the ability to put all this stuff and just build really cool characters. So that's why we love like making puppets for people, because when they come along, they have ideas and everything's always different. So we get to do 3D ones, clay style ones. I've just done like a kind of more realistic.
I did one last week where I took a picture of a puppy Rottweiler and turned that into a puppet.
Cool. Yeah, that was really cool.
And that was it. I mean, we took about 6 months ago loads and loads of photographs of Anthony. We was going to turn into a like a portrait thing, and we never got round to doing it. What you got there?
I thought I'd just bring in
Rick.
Yeah,
Rick.
Bring Morty.
You make him
Rick. Pickle
Rick.
Rick.
A bit bigger than that.
Rick. Can you do Pickle? Do Pickle Rick. Do Pickle Rick.
Oh yeah, I forgot I've got Pickle Rick on this one.
Oh, Pickle Rick.
I don't know whether
do Pickle Rick.
Hey,
Pickle Rick.
Glib glob.
So that's what's gonna bring all the subscribers right there.
Pickle Rick.
Can you make him bigger, Ant?
Yeah.
I probably can. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, well, he's making Pickle Rick bigger. I used to do this. I'm still doing it. I would do a holiday every week, like every day. And so, like at the beginning, my first character was like my first guest was a pickle for National Pickle Day. So the idea was I would draw a new character every. That's so awesome. Like I would draw a new character. Yeah. Oh god, that's so good. That's so good. I drew a Pickle Rick and Jon Snow fusion on my animate on SketchFlix. It's pretty disturbing.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's perfect. Oh god, you should do the rest of the show as Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
That only took you about half hour, mate, didn't it, Ant?
Yeah, I mean we've just.
I used to just word again.
Well, we've got a tutorial we've just uploaded today of how we made Morty. So we've got a full, I think it's an hour long, and how we drew it from design, and then how we've made it into Character Animator as well.
Nice. Did you make it in Illustrator?
Done in Illustrator. It was done in Illustrator.
Anthony uses Illustrator. I never use it. I hate using Illustrator.
I like Illustrator.
I do all my designs in Animated.
Yeah, you get used to it.
You know, Flash.
I've done it in Illustrator, but then I actually I export it out into Photoshop, because I find Photoshop is easier for if you have to adjust anything with Character Animator. The back and forth is a bit more simple. So yeah, but it's always good to have the vector art there. So if you want to change anything, and it's scalable. So
yes.
Well, since we've got Pickle Rick in the studio with us, why don't we cut to cartoon news, Ant? Cartoon news.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cartoon news. Have you got a cartoon news segue thing?
Oh, nice.
Have you got it? It's the cinema one.
So awesome.
Have you got it set up?
Yeah, but we haven't got the audio on it. Look, here we go.
There you go.
Cartoon news.
Yeah.
Cartoon news.
Cartoon
with
news.
Mr. Brown.
Oh yeah. It's all me.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Brown and Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. Right. So.
Okay.
In cartoon news this week, we are joined for the first time by our guest, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
So,
Glad to be here.
We are going to be talking. Oh, sorry.
It's some legs.
Oh.
Legs, what's going on?
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm back.
Let's just keep it simple. Keep it as Pickle Rick.
Picklewick's okay.
Yeah, Picklewick.
We love
Picklewick.
Picklewick.
You'll have to update him and give him his robot body next time.
Oh, Joe, I was so tempted to do it. I wanted to like literally make an animation of him with the body and put a walk cycle,
The swords and everything.
This is where I had to. This is where I say I get carried away, and I was like, oh, I've got loads of these characters I want to build. I was going to build a full 3D baby Groot as well.
Yeah, look how long I spent making that Mickey Mouse. I spent ages making him because it took me ages because it was right back when I was first learning it, so everything took longer. I made him. I made one little video that lasted 30 seconds, and I've never used it since.
Oh, that's so funny.
Same with the Lego man.
Yeah, we got the Lego man on that as well. We can't really use them.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we tried to sell them. That was what I was talking about earlier with when I was asking you if Japan embraces the technology more, because we actually got in touch with Lego and we said you could use this character. You can have him in the shop because you've got a big Lego store in London. You can use him at the theme park, and you could have the characters actually talking to the visitors coming into the shop.
Right.
Do you want it? And they're kind of like, not really.
Really? Well, that's the thing. Japan's really weird. It's kind of like the 50s a little bit. It's a lot of cash in hand and who you know kind of thing. But at the same time, they're really strict about IPs. So like working with like Bandai or like and like I was doing some stuff with like Tamagotchi, and man, they're pretty crazy about it. But sometimes they're really lean. So it all depends. But more times out of 10, they're kind of really strict about character IPs because there's a lot of counterfeiting going on in China. So they're just like, they don't play at all. But smaller companies, like they might not be like a bigger company, they're down. But like this is where, like I said before, like having a name really helps. So if you have a name, you can do more crossover kind of stuff. But it all depends. It really all depends. But it's possible.
We'd love to give away like the characters that we made, like the Lego ones, Rick and Morty. We'd love to give them away.
Well, I reckon we'll get in trouble.
But
so we're not gonna.
It's not really.
It might be more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, exactly, because you don't know what's going to be, who's going to download it, what it's going to be used for. So you got to kind of respect it is someone else's IP. So it's a shame. Really. We'd love to share it.
Yeah.
So if anyone's watching this from Rick and Morty, we're not going to put them online. If there is one that ends up online, it's not coming from us.
Yeah, we didn't make it.
No, but it's an awesome case study, if anything else. So, like, you can use these characters to show to people. Look, this is
it's good for bait on YouTube to get people looking up. People looking up things like Rick and Morty and whatnot. They'll find this video, and then that'll segue into all the other stuff that we've been doing.
I love fan art anyway. I mean, I've made loads in the past anyway. When you find a design that you like, it's always good to copy or do your own spin on it and stuff like that. So people love to do it and share it about.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying right now. I'm frantically searching for my pickle character.
Oh yeah, we get it.
No, it's on a different version of it. That's a shame. Dang it, that would have been funny. My first character.
We've got another question from Memory Sports before we go into two news.
Yes. Sorry.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you do expressions that still work with lip sync? When I press my expression, the mouth stays like that expression and ignores the lip sync.
You got add in cycle layers. So when the lip sync, triggers, so when you make the whatever sound, it will trigger the animation, and you just got to make sure that it holds in the settings. Make sure that it holds, and also when you're lip syncing, you only really want about 2 frames, maybe 3 frames per cycle, because in the beginning I used to have loads of frames, but you talk too fast and it ends up messing it up. So you really want 2 frames towards the so whatever is the main mouth shape for whatever shape you're doing. Have a frame just before it, just slightly opening or closing into that mouth shape. And maybe if you got like a ooh, it's also down to accents. So whatever vowel or whatever you might draw out a lot. Like in my case, I might go ooh and ah a bit longer than other sound. I can maybe put in a few more frames. But yeah, cycle layers.
But also, I think you might be
sage advice.
I think you might be saying it says when I press my expressions, the mouth stays like that expression and ignores the lip sync. So does he mean like say if I do this, I generally hold down the key, or you can latch the layer if you latch it.
Might be latch. I think you might have.
Well,
I've
done that a few times during the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got latch on, then it's going to override all your lip sync stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, check your properties.
Oh, by the way, there is a solution to that. There's a solution to that. Basically, what you got to do, all your expressions, you got to nest them in your neutral folder. So for your neutral mouth shape, create a folder for neutral, and then you have your default neutral shape, and then put in that folder, put all the folders for all the other mouth shapes. So yes, you can hold the key the thing down, but when you're talking, it shouldn't. No, actually, that doesn't work either. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of bloody lids. Oh, we did a video about it. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, I think yeah, I wish I could see his or her their setup and then be able to troubleshoot a little bit better.
That's the easiest.
It's kind of hard.
Send us your file and we can have a look for you.
Yeah.
Screenshot anything.
That's the best thing to do. Then we can like I say, it's generally just a button somewhere. It'll be something like latch needs clicking on, or hide other layers, or something like that, or just the order that it's put in. But there's definitely a work. There's always a workaround. It's just figuring out what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, there's literally always a workout. There's always a workout. It's just figuring out what the. That's
the thing with Character Animator. You do have to do it. You know, it's a bit unforgiving. You got to put things in the right place, or it can have a real House of Cards, effect where everything comes tumbling down. You got to have it done proper. And it is a learning. That's what I was saying earlier, where in the early days of using Character Animator, things used to seem so bloody hard. Where now I can rig a character in no time at all. What takes me all the time when I'm building a character is the animation part. Building the character up, animating all the layers, and then exporting.
Yeah, there's some bits that you just can't.
But once I've got all them elements made, putting it all together doesn't really take that long anymore.
Yeah, I want to really ask you guys later, maybe off camera or whatever in the future, like how you guys set up your to help speed the process. Because like I can draw the character super fast. It's just like crunching it down and then building the puppets from there. Like if you guys are using pre-made like presets, and then you just kind of go from there, or like how you chop it down. But we don't have to get into it. It's okay. We can talk about that.
I'm
later.
happy to. We can answer it on the show. What we'll do, we'll go through cartoon news, and then maybe that can be because we kind of skipped over school time because we answered a lot of the questions in the conversation. So what we'll do cartoon news, and then afterwards we'll do school time. You can ask that question again, and we'll give you our answers. Right, Ant, do you want to roll a trailer for Rick and Morty? Roll film.
I'm going to pre-warn that the audio might not be great and might get a bit of echoing because of the Windows update issue, but
the Windows update excuse again.
Yeah, we'll give it a go and see how it works. So
the struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real.
Alright, we'll turn on our video.
Turn on the projector.
I love this set.
Projector's on.
Yeah.
Mr. President, some kind of alien Googa
Seems like it's working.
infested the Kennedy sex tunnels.
It's working okay.
I want it hunted down and taken out.
Kennedy sex tunnels?
Naturally, you'll forget you saw them, along with, in order of national embarrassment, the Truman Cocaine Lounge, the McKinley Hooker Dump, and the Lincoln Slave Coliseum. He didn't free them all.
The season finale of Rick next Sunday at 11:30. Only on Adult Swim.
Have you both seen? Oh, hang on.
Ooh, yeah,
Audio issue. And I can hear myself.
Okay.
I don't know if everyone's hearing me twice now.
Cool.
No, that's fine. I just have to turn off the desktop audio. It's fine.
Yeah, you just need a little time to do that. Yeah, I got to see the episode. Oh my god!
I watched it just before we started this show today, actually. So I've only just seen it.
Yeah, maybe watch it.
Yeah, maybe watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Lots of questions.
Yeah. So,
what did you think of?
Sorry.
Oh no! It's okay. It's okay.
Well, okay. Yeah. So, what did you think? What did you think of the final episode? Did it?
Was that that was your question. What did you think of the episode?
No. Over. What I meant is not just as a standalone episode. Obviously, it's the final episode of the series, and often, especially with shows like Rick and Morty, where they've got a lot of universe building, there's a lot of expectations on what people are expecting in the last episode. So, did it fulfill what you was hoping to see? So, both as a standalone episode and as an end to the series, what was your impression?
Okay, I would say for me personally, I think it was as more than an end of a series as a standalone episode. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, they're hitting it on all cylinders. You know, they're doing a lot of good stuff. Lots of questions being asked. But as far as the end of a series, as a season finale, it didn't feel like there was much of a climax. You know what I mean? Like there was no cliffhanger.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a bad thing.
I've heard rumblings that there's going to be, and it might be totally false, but I've seen a few things on the chat boards, and it's only what people are putting down, so it's probably not true at all. But people have been saying there's going to be like a Christmas episode coming out, kind of like how they
like Doctor Who
released the
Really?
Well,
okay. If that
makes sense.
It makes sense, but I'm not holding out for it. Rick and Morty creators. Do you have you ever seen Red Dwarf?
Oh, dude, real
Have you ever heard of the show Red Dwarf?
I love Red Dwarf. I have been watching that since I was a wee. Oh yeah, let me tell you, we were in Red Dwarf, into it big time, way too much.
Have you been watching the new series of Red Dwarf?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen the last.
Because the new series starts next week. Series 12 starts next week, and yes.
What's the cast like?
They're all the same.
You know how they did the reboot? Yeah. Okay, because you know when they did the reboot a little while back ago, it didn't. It was because like everybody wasn't there.
They've gone back to
the same, right?
They've gone back to. It's very much similar to like season 4, 5, and 6.
Oh God! What are you doing? What are you doing this today? Stop it!
Yeah, because I lost.
Oh my god!
What killed it for me is when all the
when Rimmer left in season 7.
Yeah.
It all kind of Red Dwarf without Rimmer. That's crazy.
Yeah, they had they brought in Kachansi instead, didn't they? And they had, and also they tried to make it more cinematic, so they got rid of all like the audience, the live audience, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed them episodes. I know there's a lot of people that are big downer on season 7 and 8. I still enjoyed them, but they weren't the manic. Look, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed 7 and 8, but obviously the classic ones were 4, 5, and 6. Those were crazy fun, and I think especially season 11. Season 11 reminded me very much of those classic series. Have you seen season 11? That came out last year.
No, I haven't seen it. I didn't know. That's how that tells you how long I've been in this whole.
Well, you're in for a treat because there's season 10 and 11 has come out recently, and in a week's time you've got season 12, and they've all been great. They've all been, and it's not just my opinion. Universally, the critics have all enjoyed. Everyone, all the people online, how brutal people online can be. They've all enjoyed it as well. It's been given a big thumbs up. So if you've not seen it, go and check it out. But anyway, the reason I brought up Red Dwarf,
I can't wait.
Red Dwarf, Rob Naylor. Is it Rob Naylor? What's his? No. Anyway, the writer of Red Dwarf. They always ended the series on a cliffhanger. And then when the next series came along, they never bloody well answered how they got out of the problem.
They never answered it. They never
did. And Rick and Morty is a bit like that. I feel like sometimes they set up questions just so they can
never gonna answer.
Laugh. You can just imagine them sitting all around the writing room laughing their heads off going, well, let's build this up and then maybe we'll answer it in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's funny. Hey, do you listen to Harmontown? Like his
No, I've seen it. I've seen the app. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I've seen that one recently. I've not got around to listen to it yet.
First off, Dan Harmon is an amazing rapper. It's amazing. It's insane. But it's really good. It kind of gives you a little bit insight what's going on in the background. You know what I mean? So some of the themes that they're hitting on in the shows, you can actually hear them kind of discussing what he's thinking about. In what's going on in their brains while they're actually in the episodes. So no, I would suggest listening to Harmontown, but no, I really love the series. It's really good. I'm curious to see what they do. They don't address a lot of questions, but they did have the big Beth question. Is Beth a clone? That is the one kind of thing that I think they were kind of leaning on.
It's one of those at the moment where it's not. I've seen people raging online going, yes, she's a clone. No, she's not a clone. At this point, the creators, the writers, probably don't even know themselves yet. It's whatever storyline they come up with.
Yeah.
You can go either way.
It's like, is Decker a replicant? Yeah. Oh,
you know what?
Oh my
I've
God.
never watched Blade Runner. I've never watched it properly.
All right. Good night, folks. I'm out. Good night, folks.
I have no idea why I've never. I'm a proper sci-fi nerd, and I've never got round and watched. I mean, I think I watched it years ago, but I've not watched it properly in a long time that I can remember what happened. And I've been reading the reviews today for the new Blade Runner, and everyone's saying it is like 10 out of 10 amazing, which doesn't happen too often.
Let me tell you why I'm mad.
Sequels and reboots.
All right, let me tell you the problem with Japan. We get movies dead last in the world. So like when I try to do the movie review show, and when you get movies, we just got Wonder Woman like about 2 or 3 weeks, like a month ago. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. So look, so I want to talk about Blade Runner, and so like I'll have Bomb Arrow and we'll like get in these heated debates. So we just watched Dunkirk last week, and we were just like arguing out of the theater and the way back. We were just fighting the whole time. It's like we can't do a show about it because it's kind of old news, unfortunately. So, but what makes me really sad is like I love Blade Runner. I really love Blade Runner, and we're already arguing about it. And so, before it even started, and so we won't get to see it. So I just want to shove it in his face and go, "Yeah, man, look, it's good. The movie's damn good. I knew it was gonna be good. I knew it was gonna be good."
Oh, I've got a question for you,
dummy. Yeah, no, sorry.
But here's a question. As I mentioned earlier, I do movie night every week with my kids.
Nice.
Now, my daughter's 12 and my son is 8.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 8. And,
is he 8?
I think.
Yeah, he's 8. I'm pretty sure he's 8.
Sure?
Yeah. Anyway.
It's okay. My dad didn't remember my birthday 2 days ago, so don't feel bad.
I'm not one of these parents, like, I always check Common Sense Media to see what happens in the film, especially if it's a film that I've not seen. I don't mind a bit of swearing. I don't mind a bit of violence as long as it's not too graphic. Like
right.
It's gonna, and I don't really watch any. I won't watch any horror thing that's gonna keep the bloody kids up all night. But my question to you then, is Blade Runner a film that a 12-year-old can watch? Is there anything inappropriate? Because I can't remember at all. Because I don't ever watch anything that's got kind of adult. I don't want to be sat there when the kids are turning around and saying to me, "Daddy, what does that mean?" I don't want to get into that conversation.
All right. Now, Blade Runner is like you sit your kids down and say, "Hey, you want to watch 2001: Space Odyssey?" Like there's kind of like the crazy over like deep kind of messages being sent. They're kind of under the surface, right? About humanity and things like that.
Yeah.
The movie does have its flaws. It's not, but some of the performances and the settings are amazing. So, where you might run into situations where kids might not be very kid friendly, they do blast a couple people. It's a little bit of gun violence, not too bad, but there is one shot. There's a little bit of movies, just a little bit at one part, where Decker's confronting a replicant, and she's working at like a go-go dancer or something like that, and she's changing. And that's the only shot of kind of nudity. Other than that, it's amazing. I think I watched it the first. I was like maybe in the 6th grade, something like that, when I first saw it.
Yeah,
and it was like one of those
things. But we're from the 80s,
yeah, it's different times.
Mr. Brown, can I ask you how old you are, if that's okay?
Oh, I'm old. I'm in my 40s, baby. 40s. So yeah, man.
You're like us. You're a kid from the 80s.
Yes, 80s kid.
Yeah. So, and an 80s kid, and in the 80s, you were pretty much allowed to watch whatever you bloody wanted.
Yeah, man. I was watching RoboCop. I didn't care.
RoboCop. You watched that? Was it primary school?
I remember my dad bringing around RoboCop and putting it on in my nan's house for us all to watch, and we must have been about 8. There was never.
Yeah, that's
and again, it's a bit similar where the only thing that was off limit to us was adult scenes, and not even all adult scenes. It was a topless scene. That was probably okay. If it was a quick flash topless scene, it was all right, but nothing too adult. But violence, it was like, you can watch what the bloody hell you want.
I made the mistake of letting my kids watch Howard the Duck. I remember that being a kid's film. That is not a kid's film.
Yeah,
That's something.
Yeah, when you look back. It's not a kid's film when you look back.
When you watch that back, it's like
Doesn't the woman sleep with Howard the Duck?
I'm pretty sure she does.
It's implied. It's implied. It's
I don't even
implied.
think it's
We don't
implied.
really do the
I think it's quite a graphic scene. I don't think it goes hardcore. It's not hardcore, but it's pretty, you know. No, what's going on.
To the vote. We should use the YouTube tag thing and say, put it to the vote. Did she sleep with Howard the Duck? Yes or no?
Yeah, I knew this answer. That's something that it's been bugging me for years.
Yeah, I can't figure it out either. Yeah,
she definitely did. It did.
Honestly,
it happened.
Yeah, it's so funny. Back then, I was really into watching drawing duck characters because I could never draw the bill right for the longest time for like drawing a Donald Duck, and it just fascinated me. So I was just like, I'm really into Howard. Man, I'd drawn I was into TMNT, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but not like the comic book, which is super violent, super violent. And so when the TV show came out, the cartoon came out, I was like, what the hell is all this? What? They got all different colors and they're all talking about pizza and cowabunga. I know murderers. I know turtle murder. Yeah. They would just be gutting fools, and I'm like, this is not right. But
that's why people used to really like back in the 80s. Why kids all loved all the manga films that were coming out because they were so bloody violent. That used to be like the main thing that it's like. It's like Fist of the North Star, you know, when they used to like
ultra violence.
You know, like because it like one of the main things in Fist of the North Star is like. Isn't like when he punches them with his like finger, he makes them explode or something like that, or he can slice people up.
Can you imagine that on Saturday TV right now? Like, yeah, this guy punches some fools in the face and they freaking explode. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, like with anime, I was like, perfect example. First time I saw a girl get her brains blown out in Megazone 2-3. I was like in the 7th grade. I was like, oh, they just shot this girl in the head. And I was like, that's cool. And then Robotech. Watching characters die, that's what made stuff real. I couldn't watch any Disney stuff after that. I was like, there's stakes. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what kind of drew me to it, you know?
Well, I think there's actually, there used to be like kind of guidelines where there were certain things that they couldn't show on normal TV, and I think like being shot in the face was one of them. And I think what was interesting, did you ever watch the TV show, I think it was Sliders?
Yes. Oh,
I used to love Sliders.
Rick and Morty goes right with Sliders.
I love Sliders.
Rick and Morty, I thought Sliders. I love it. I loved it.
So that's my go-to box set if I want to watch something over again. It's Sliders. But
I can't believe we're talking about Sliders right now. That's amazing. I love that show so much.
I actually loved that.
Oh yeah, I read up about like when it was getting cancelled, and they were saying like the way they knew that it was getting cancelled is they started writing stuff into the script that they know wouldn't pass. So things like they'd put like obvious someone gets shot in the face. Normally they'd get like a red mark for it. That doesn't get through the script. But they was getting the scripts just sent back to them, going, "Yeah, that's fine, that's fine." And then there was like, "Yeah, we're getting cancelled." Apparently, but apparently
in the UK,
hilarious.
In the UK, in the 80s, there used to be a thing on the TV where a little triangle would come up in the corner, and it would
I remember
a little
that.
triangle. It's supposed to be like to tell you if it was like inappropriate for kids. And those were the bloody programs we all made sure that we watched. It didn't put you off.
Yeah.
It just made sure that we all sat down and watched it.
Yeah, I remember my cousins telling me that when I'd go visit. That's so funny. I'm having a flashback. That's so funny. Oh God, I can't believe this has been a crazy day already. I've talked about Red Dwarf. I've talked about it's been all over the place. I apologize, people, so much. I'm all over the place. But this is awesome. There's a lot of things learned. Well,
come on, you're talking about inappropriate. Talking about inappropriate.
Oh,
have you also watched Big Mouth on Netflix?
Big Mouth? You know what? I watched the first episode and honestly, I freaking love it. It's so bad. Because I love Nick Kroll. I love it.
It's the Wonder Years with extreme swearing and graphic. Where in the Wonder Years there would have been a bit. In the Wonder Years they address everything that happens in Big Mouth, but it would be kind of like vaguely alluded to. There's no vagueness in Big Mouth. It's in your face. I mean, I didn't even think you could put some of these things they put on screen.
I haven't seen the episode. I've seen the trailer, and that's about it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
You're not ready. I'm telling you right now, you're not ready. It's
full on hardcore.
Really?
I didn't even think you're allowed to put these things on the TV.
So don't watch it with the kids then.
No,
don't watch it with the kids.
No, don't watch
There
it
will
with
be
the kids.
questions.
It's not. There will be lots of questions. Lots of questions. Oh, that's
know,
so
it's-
funny. 'Cause, like, I didn't know. But look, the comedian Nick Kroll, I know him from Comedy Bang Bang. It's another good podcast, which I highly recommend. It kind of gave me another inspiration for some of the live show stuff I was doing with bringing in guest characters. But he's on there and he does all these amazing characters, but he is filthy. He is so bad. So when I saw that he was attached to this and I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this could be kind of interesting. Oh man, no. I was not ready for the level of humor. It's good. It's good, people. I like it. If you
I'm
like
about
this,
three. I'm about 3 episodes in at the
You 3
moment,
in?
and it just gets
What do you
more and
think? What do you
more
think?
graphic.
Really?
This is,
But
this
it
is what
just
I
gets
love.
more graphic. They just go more and more. It's like bloody
Yeah?
hell.
I do
Oh,
love
nice.
the fact with
The thing
Netflix.
is, but the good thing about it is, it's not just
Uh-huh.
like they're not just doing things to shock people for the sake of it.
Right, it has a
It's
purpose.
actually got good
It has a
storylines.
purpose.
It's got good characters. Again, it's like
Right.
the Wonder Years. It's actually quite. The show can actually be quite sweet in some ways. It's dealing with issues that feel real, and it reminds you of how you felt yourself when you was that age.
Yeah.
It's just like no hold bar. It's there's no.
No,
They're not. The kids' gloves
Oh,
are
no,
off.
no.
It's like
Yeah,
here you go.
That's a very good point.
Hit
That's
you
a
in the
very
face
good
with
point. Because like, look, you can do that kind of stuff. You can have that kind of blue humor as long as it's like justified, as long as there's a reason behind it. So like when I write scripts for people and stuff like that, there always has to be a definite motivation. You just can't throw stuff out there just to get the shock value because it's just hollow. There's no core.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a program in the
Yeah.
UK
I
called.
think you mentioned this on the
Hollyoaks.
show before, didn't you?
Yeah, I know I mentioned it before, but it's relevant. So it's there's a program in the UK called Hollyoaks, and it's like a soap opera. And every now and again they do like a late night edition. So normally it's on every day at 6 o'clock, and it's pre-watershed, so it's all very tame. And then
Right.
occasionally they'll do a late night version, and then they'll just swear. Every other word is a swear word, just for the sake of saying,
And then-
"Look how adult we are."
Yeah, it's
Right.
just
This is
basically
an adult
drinking,
show.
drinking, sex, and swearing. Cram as much
Right.
as you can into it,
And-
just for the sake of
Yeah.
it.
Well,
'cause we
I'm not
can.
prudish at all. I'm
funny.
not bothered. But
Yeah.
that they're just slamming it in there, and it just feels like it's forced into the script for the sake of just for the sake of that shock value, and it just
Yeah.
comes across as like
It's not
forced,
genuine.
and
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
takes you
it's-
out of it. You know what I mean?
But saying that though,
Whereas-
Hollyoaks is a terrible show to start off with. So it's it's not too hard to make it worse. Anyway, before we go
Yeah.
off topic, I'm going to play the trailer for
Oh yeah.
Again.
Sorry.
So that's
Oh, hang on. Anyone who, for example, is in Japan and whatnot, this trailer might not be kid friendly.
Nah, they're fine.
Okay.
They're fine. They're all asleep too.
okay.
Hello?
Oh, good evening. Are you the puberty fairy?
The fuck did you just call me?
The puberty fairy?
I'm the hormone monster.
I'm just here to give your friend a nocturnal emission.
How come in all these videos, puberty for boys is like the miracle of ejaculation,
Oh no, that's the most I've ever made.
and for girls, we're just a yarn ball of aching tubes?
Oh my god. Last night, I saw Andrew's penis.
What are you doing?
Oh my god!
And now you're worried you're homosexual? Mickey, a man can touch another
I love the
penis,
music feeling.
even kiss one very lightly.
Okay. This might be somewhat rare for you.
What are you saying? That most of the time I'm gonna like girls and they won't like me back, so I should seize this opportunity? Yeah, that makes sense.
Everything's embarrassing!
Everything is so embarrassing.
There's another slit in the back, but that's only for my birthday.
This kid might be a genius. Get this. Girls are horny, too. Just as horny as guys, supposedly.
You have no idea what I want, you fucknut shitbag! You wanna shoplift lipstick, you wanna listen to Lana Del Rey on repeat, you wanna scream at your mother and then laugh at her tears!
Everything okay in here, sweetie?
Get the hell out, Shannon! Get out!
Here goes something.
Hey, girl, hey! I'm your genitals.
Hey, I'm Jessie.
Sorry, you go first. Wait, we talked at the same time.
You know, you're not scary.
Bill!
Is that too far?
That part made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, at the time it seemed funny.
No, and I like fucked up stuff like that.
You know, Netflix insisted on it.
Really?
No.
Yeah, not for kids, folks.
And that Charlie was tame.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the funny part. It is the tamest part of the show. Honestly, the writing is top notch. Don't let the blue humor fool you. It's really good writing. Really good writing. And daily, I mean, this is stuff I want to make, you know? I want to make shows like this, you know? Well, not necessarily exactly this, but you know.
Well, the Chris, you know, if you go on what's it political? Rotten Tomatoes, you know, which is the main thing that everybody goes on to. I think it's doing really well on there, you know. The reviews
good
have all been top mark. So, you know, the consensus for it is thumbs up.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's like right in your face.
It's
like,
right
like
in
you
your
say,
face.
As long as the writing's good, like it doesn't matter what the content is, as long as it's entertaining. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. Like when I started watching it, like I was like, because I knew he was working on a show, because he talked about it on like a podcast. He's like, I'm working on this cartoon show. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And then actually sitting down and watching, when he said, oh, we're going to talk about this, I was like, oh yeah. I'm looking forward to watching this. And so when I watched it, I was like, oh yes, I'm ready to lose a whole half day getting into all these episodes. Ooh, but quick question. I gotta go take a quick pee pee. I'll be right back. Oh, one second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh god.
Right.
We'll probably have to start wrapping the show up soon. As it's
hang on, well, not just yet. Well, almost, very almost. We just got
it's been over 2 hours so far.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch this back. In fact, what I haven't got my iPad's gone off because we've been on for so long. The power's gone off, so I can't see any of the chat messages. Have we got any more comments being made in the last?
No, the last comment that was made was by. Oh, well, okay.
Sorry about that. Whew, that was fast. You know, the show must go on. The show must go on.
We're just checking to see if any more comments are being posted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably talked these people into oblivion. I apologize, folks.
No. It's been a great show. It's been great to talk to you. You know,
oh,
like you say,
pleasure,
it's not very often it's great talking to other people. Like we've had Federator on, we've had Walsey on, and it's great to get information from them for animators to learn about, you know, what they need to do to maybe get into, you know, pitch shows and whatnot. But it's always, you know, I really enjoy talking to other animators, you know, people that understand the craft and understand the process, both the good and the bad. You know, because a lot of people, whenever they ask me what I do for a living, I say, well, animation is generally what I do 99% of the time. Straight away they say, oh, that's a great job. I wish I could just sit around all day eating chocolate and watching cartoons and working on cartoons. You got the easiest job in the world, you know. And it's like, yes, I do enjoy my job and it is a lot of fun, but, you know, it's not as, you know,
as glamorous as they might think it is.
You know, as you all think it is. You know, sat me on in an office most of the time, in a dark office, because my room is in the middle of the house. I've got no window. It can be super sunny outside, or it could be raining. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, same here. No windows in my office. Don't know what it's like outside.
Yeah, tell you folks, if you can invest in a window, I highly recommend it.
Yes.
I made sure that our office in the home studio is right next to a big window, because I know I will lose myself. Because I was gonna move the home office part into another part of the house, and I was like, no, it's too. I would lose myself. I have to have something to look outside, or else I will go batshit crazy. So yeah, if you can, invest in windows or walks or buy a dog.
I mean, I tend to listen to a lot of audiobooks while I'm working, because obviously the thing with Character Animator or building puppets, a lot of the time it's building elements and whatnot. So once you know what you're doing, it's just elaborate, you know, colouring, inlining and stuff like that. And maybe I might have to turn the audiobook up when I'm timing some animations, but a lot of the time it's a lot of art building, so I can listen to my audiobooks while I'm working.
Right, right. That's a very good point. Yeah, audiobooks and podcasts is what's keeping me sane.
Yeah.
I listen to so many books. I've listened to the Game of Thrones series like how many times now? It's pretty crazy. But
Have you listened to
yeah.
Space Team yet?
No.
That is
Hold up,
brilliant.
I'm taking
It's
notes.
hilarious.
Space Team.
Space
notes.
Team's good.
We got
Okay.
a couple of books.
Nice.
Space Team, what's it called, Ant? How do you pronounce it?
Expeditionary Force.
Expeditionary Force, yeah. Yeah,
Good one.
that's
All
really
right.
funny as well.
And what's the Bob books?
Oh yeah, the
Writing it down.
Bobbyverse.
Bobbyverse, yeah.
pretty good.
Bobbyverse. Those
Cool.
are very, very they're one of my favourite. Those 3 books. And I enjoyed the history one, but I don't know if that's for everybody. Just those 3 books
Yeah.
from now. The
And
Bobbyverse,
also-
Space Team, and Expeditor. I can't even say the word.
Expeditionary
One you said that.
Red
Expeditionary
Dwarf
Force, yeah.
is good as well.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be definitely. Thank you for the heads up. I had no idea about the Red Dwarf. That makes my. I love that show so much. You have no idea. It was.
Check out season
yeah.
10 and 11, and season 12
Yeah.
starts on the 12th of this month.
Nice. I might have to do a little review. I might have to see if I got to figure out how to get you guys onto my show so I can talk about these things. Because honestly, the stuff we're talking about now is pretty much like what I like doing. And
didn't know people
another
in
reason why
America-
I love Character Animator.
Watched like how popular was Red Dwarf in America? Or did you
It was super
catch it when you
underground.
was in the UK?
No, I caught it like because I was a Doctor Who fan since I was like 9 years old. I don't know why. It would come on right after the cartoons, and so I just started watching Doctor Who, and so I would just always be watching Doctor Who. And then one season, like way, I was in like maybe high school. Red Dwarf started showing as a option on the public broadcasting system, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then me and my buddies, we just fell way deep into Red Dwarf, and then it got canceled, and we were just like, I remember when it got canceled, or I guess it was canceled or on hiatus. We were like freaking out. But I remember I had a trip to see family in the UK, and they were telling me was it? It's a long time ago. I can't remember the whole thing, but I did watch some stuff in the UK while I was there. But it was like when things started coming back. Like I didn't know that the series was coming back.
Well, the new series is because season 1 to 8 is on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is in this country anyway. And
we have it too.
season 10, 11, and the upcoming 12, you've got to look for a site called what's it called? UK TV. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, it's not BBC?
No, it's not the BBC. It went off the BBC. Bear with me 1 second. I will tell you what app you got to look for. UK TV Play. UK TV Play. And that's where all the new episodes are.
We actually we went to see.
You can probably find it online somewhere.
We saw the actor who played Holly.
Oh yeah,
he done it.
Cool.
He done it live.
The original Holiday. Yeah, he was at the comedy night down by us about 2 months ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we went to watch him live.
That's
He's
awesome.
back in the new series as well.
Oh, is he?
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's in the last episode. That's why there was. Well, we can't say too much, but
Probably had the best dry humor ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got you. Yeah, well, she then. Yeah. No, but I'm super happy about that. That's some of the best news I've heard in a while. So there's so much good television right now. I'm just so there's not enough time. Not enough time. So cool. So
well,
oh man,
I could literally sit and talk. I could sit here and talk all night about
forever
Rick and Morty and whatnot. But I don't think Anthony's quite as used to staying up so late. He's probably falling asleep on the computer right now, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
So
yeah, no.
To wrap it up, let's do that school time thing and answer your question that you was asking earlier.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to find different.
There we go.
Oh, hey! This looks like one of my sets. That's kind of funny.
Hey, there we go. We're in the school time set now. We need to get
Nice.
we need to get some audio behind that so when it pops up, but we'll build it in next week.
School time.
Right, cool. All right. So my question is, I'm trying to find options to. Okay, Oh, okay. I know. I got a question. Maybe it's a little bit different, but sometimes I have people in studio, right? And I'm trying to find ways to have conversations with them at the same time. But as you know, the microphones will pick up them talking.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to find solutions, and I don't think there is one for that. So I was working out a way.
Anthony can explain how we do it, because we have the same problem. Obviously, we can't be in the same, room, vicinity together. So
right.
I have to go into another room to do it, and I've got we got another laptop, and I'm using that. As you know, we're using vMix, so I do a vMix call, and I stream that directly to Anthony, and that's how we got the both in.
Is the question if you're both in the same room and you're using two mics and you're getting bleed through the audio?
There is a solution to that, though.
Yeah, I mute out the other person. I was thinking like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The solution, if you're in the same room together, like let's just say you haven't got the option for the other person to leave the room, and you want to do the thing where you're both talking. The solution to that is just create a mute button for your character. So, for example, when your character is talking, when the other person is talking, if you hold down, like I've got a mute button, if I press this button, and while I'm talking now, my mouth ain't moving, so while the other person is talking, the mouth doesn't move, and then when you want to talk again, take your finger off,
you switch
and then carry on talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I dreamt the solution of that like 2 nights ago. And I was wondering if there's another way, because I was thinking, well, what if I have 2 characters on the same time? And you just say that just made me realize, well, just put another mute button on the on the other character. And I was like, oh, I'm so stupid. I just realized I answered my own question, and I was like, I just asked a question that I just answered in my head. Never mind. No, but okay. Yeah.
But for anyone listening, because we had that issue. We have the exact same thing, and we had to think, okay, let's put a mute button. And so there's probably people out there listening who've had the same thought, so it'll save them the trouble of having to figure out how to put a mute button on.
Right.
So yeah, just make a mute button. Basically, just make it a latched. Well, no, just hold the key down, don't you?
No, I wouldn't have latch, because you've run into problems if you have it latch. You will just keep your finger on it.
Yeah, if you keep your finger on, then you know when you take your finger off, it's time to talk. Because you can forget, if you put it on latch, you forget that it's latched sometimes, which is what we found out.
No, no problem.
And Anthony come up with a solution a while ago about, because you might have someone in the office with you, and you might want them to do the talking for the other character. But obviously the camera in Character Animator will only, unless you want to be jumping out your seat back and forth all the time, that might be a bit much.
Yeah.
But you can kind of animate 2 characters at once. We made a video about it a while back. But basically what it is
I was looking for
can you I don't even think we've got a standalone video. I think it's during one of the shows, isn't it? It's like episode 1 or 2. What was it that you did for that, Ant?
I don't think I actually I don't think we put it up onto to Facebook. It's a bit of a cheap way to do it, really. What we did.
God, I forgot about Facebook.
So let's have a quick look if we've got. I'll have a quick look if we've got it on video. But it might have been something that we sent to Dave, and I think he showed it on one of his.
That was some tricks. I think
it was.
We made a video and we sent it to Dave, and he put it on the show. But basically, what it was, it's a case. Anthony will find a video later, and I'll send you the link. But roughly, what it was you mirror. You create the 2 characters, and you create a mirror image, so it doesn't look like 2 characters is doing the same thing. And also I think he added a lag or something like that. So that
the way I did it was so
because on OBS you can add lags, can't you?
Well, the way I did it was you can combine 2 puppets into one puppet, so they're both using the same head movement. But if you flip the x-axis on one, when you move your head left, obviously he's going to move his head right. So and then it was a whole. We had a mute button for each character, so it wasn't the perfect set. But like, if you just want simple 2 characters talking to each other, and each one of them have their own triggers, so like they can have their own triggers going on at the same time, or off the same keyboard. So
you can share the keyboard, and then that makes sense.
It's a simplified way of doing it. But I think the best way,
hacky way, will it work?
It's a hacky way. I mean, but now with NDI, like obviously the best way of doing it really is having
another computer,
and then just bringing it all in on the same network, and then doing it all through like say OBS or vMix or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I think that what I realized now, that's the video I was looking for, but I didn't know where it was and I couldn't find it. And I think the secret sauce is the mute button. That's what I was missing. I wasn't thinking about that. So yeah, that answers my question. I had another question about like setting up characters, but we can do that later because I know we went super long.
It's all right.
So.
You could, what's the question?
But quickly on that point, there is something else I was going to look into, which I haven't yet, but I'm pretty sure it's doable. There may be a way, if you're using something like OBS, to use the output audio from that and then stream that through Character Animator. Probably a bit like what you do with the Discord server.
Oh, but like in reverse.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so say if you had... so basically, if you've got the two different audios going into OBS, then you can probably switch them on and off in there, and then it'll stop the lip sync. And like I say, it's on my list of things to look at. I've got a massive list.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Man, you guys are pretty smart cookies, man. Yeah. Let me. I will be checking it out to see how it goes then. And,
yeah, well, you know, like I say, we probably won't get a chance to look into that for ages. So if you come up with anything, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So I really want to up my puppet making game. So cool. Oh man. I know school time went super long.
That's okay. You said you got another question?
Oh no, like I'm trying to figure out ways to set up my characters faster. Like I can draw basic illustration.
Oh yeah.
You have basic kind of structures that you build ahead of time and then just map it onto that.
Yeah,
then,
kind of.
Cut out your character from there.
Yeah, I do.
Because I find that the meshing gets all crazy, and then so it doesn't like my heads are floating all crazy and things like that.
Well, I mean, there's two ways that I go about it. Either one in the early stage where if you go on to, for instance, if you're using Photoshop, if you create characters that have the same eyes or the same mouth and they've got the same elements, you just make sure that you build each character to the same, roughly the same dimension. So maybe they're all 1080 pick by 1080 pick, and so say if you've got two files open, you got your new one, and then you got your old one. Now, if you go into select, for example, select the eye layer, so that eye layer's got all your pupils, all your different eyelids and whatnot, and you duplicate it. When you duplicate it, there's an option there to pick where you're duplicating it to, and you can actually duplicate that folder to the other layer, to the other file that you've got, and so it'll open up in that file, and then you just, you've got it already kind of all layered up and all set up, and then the only problem with that, obviously,
it's basically
the only problem with the only problem with that is that obviously you still have to go into Character Animator and set up all the cycle layers and that again. But there's another solution. Right. If you go in the new update, or not the new update, the last update, you can actually take folders. You can take folders and turn them into exportable files, so that you can export a working eye and then import that eye into a new character, all working and ready to go.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then I guess I would export that puppet later, if just for like preservation. Okay, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
So basically, okay. It's a shortcut. You can, if you create characters, a bit like The Simpsons, where they've all got the same sort of eyes, or they've got the same mouth
and things like that,
and or even the same body. Like for instance, on our template character, the body is set up so that you can easily go into the smart file and edit the clothing, so you can have the same kind of body for the characters, and then just easily go in and tweak the clothing from. There's all these little shortcuts to save a lot of time.
Basically, if you've got a template character, if you just swap the file, the actual images out within the layers, when it updates onto Character Animator, it'll actually keep all your setup. So as long as it's not moved out of place, I mean, like I say, with the body, it could be fatter or thinner, as long as the main elements.
Yeah,
so like,
you can literally go into Character Animator, save it as a new file. Make sure that you import in all the external files. So what is it? I'll forget the thing now. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. I've got. Let me just double check.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
I'll tell you the problem
So,
I've been having.
What you need to do. So, go to one of your characters. Save it as a new file. Make sure when you save it as a new file, you copy media files into project folder. Then you then you go into Photoshop. You go into your CH media file, find that new Photoshop file, open it up in Photoshop, change out any of the layers. So you might want to keep the eyes and the mouth and everything in place, but then change the hair, the face, the body. And then when you save it, that will update the new file in Character Animator, and hey presto, it's all ready to go.
Actually,
Right. But that's the problem though. Like when I make those changes, then all my it makes sense. Like, but when I do something similar to that before in the past, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But when I would do that, it would throw all the links. It would get all crazy. Like it was like
yeah,
say
I don't know why that happens.
layer.
It used to happen to us.
Yeah.
The key there is if you start changing the name of files. If you change the name of files or anything like that, it all goes haywire and all the arms move everywhere. So the key is just change whatever file you change. You got to make sure that the new file that you're bringing in is the exact same name as it was before. If you do that, then it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It's down to the naming, and it's like yeah, because as soon as you start moving stuff around, then like you lose all your own bones and all that, and it doesn't link up.
Or the cycle hours go, or the bones go. You'll find things have moved across the page. So yeah, the key is make sure that you keep the same names, and you don't, and also don't move files out of files. If you change a folder or move a folder out of a folder, then everything kind of disappears when it updates.
Actually, this is the thing for Dave.
You can add folders into it, but you can't change any of the existing folders.
This would be a good like something for a new update that I'd like to see where it doesn't do that. Save like say
maybe they do in the new one. I don't know.
Maybe, but like say like if I've set up a character and I've realised like I actually want to put it all under a folder or something like that. I want to make a new folder for the whole puppet. I'm gonna lose everything.
The whole thing up.
Yeah,
but you learn
that's what's terrible. Yeah, because like what I do, I actually have extra layers I make that I can. Like what I've been doing is like I'll make a drawing layer. So like say if I want to draw something on the fly, you know what I mean, and then I would go back and do it because I would want the like a certain look for it, you know. But because I like working, like I tend to start working in Clip Studio Paint. Oh, I didn't even tell you the programs I'm using. So, but yeah, I use Clip Studio Paint, Photoshop, Character Animator, After Effects, Premiere primarily. I stopped using Toon Boom because I was just like dude. Like for real, it was just I love it. It's awesome.
Were you trying to learn it, or did you actually learn it? And
I did learn it, but here's what I'll tell you the reason why I stopped using Toon Boom mainly. The audio scrubbing is horrible. I couldn't lip sync. It was insane. It's not like it was not as easy as Animate or Flash. It was that was a deal breaker for me. Everything else is like. I got used to making all the nodes and stuff. Actually, this character I've made now was built off of Toon Boom, to tell the truth. And then I went back in Photoshop and did some stuff later. But the original Brown character for this iteration of him was made in Toon Boom. But the freaking like the audio scrubbing was insane. I couldn't. It was so hard for me to use. Like. Really bad. So
but that was a lot of people had that issue with the early version of Character Animator because you couldn't scrub the audio, but you can now, can't you? That was one of the latest updates.
I think it's improved more in the news update as well.
Yeah.
What I'd really like to see is to be able to move the folders around within Character Animator and then that update the Photoshop file. So like if you want to mess around with the order of the rig, then because obviously anything you change in Photoshop updates Character Animator. It'd be really nice if it worked vice versa as well.
It would.
So,
Agreed.
Agreed.
I want to throw him another $20 for that feature.
He's up to like about $200 now. So, oh man, we didn't even get into like. Oh no, go for it.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Over.
Oh no, no one's talking now.
we all said over. We all said over. And they were like, over. So, we didn't. There's one more topic that we didn't discuss, but it's okay. We can maybe do that.
We'll have to come back for another show.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe
I would
next
love
time we'll come on your show and we'll carry the conversation there, part 2.
Yeah. Because because we were going to talk about some of that Facebook action, and I'm really curious about that. So.
Actually, we better mention that, and before we wrap the show up, let's have a quick. Well, I say quick. We'll probably talk about it for the next hour. Go on, Matt, you introduce what's happening.
Who's introducing it?
You're introducing it.
You introduce it. I'm going to get it up on screen.
Good.
When you're going to show. Right, okay, then I'll introduce it. Right, okay. If anyone is still watching the show, which at this point they're probably not, but anyway,
I apologize.
Start again. What we're creating on Facebook is a digital puppets broadcast page, and basically, what this page, the aim of this page, is that it's going to be for live cartoons, and we're going to open it up for other people to put their cartoons on the show as well, their live things. Now, unlike YouTube, this isn't us just trying to be clever and get a bunch of people coming to our channel and then we make money off of them, because I don't even think you can make money. I don't even think you can monetize Facebook, can you? So this is literally just an artistic venture where we're creating cartoons for ourselves to put on there, and we're going to open it up for other creators who are using Character Animator to put their shows on it as well. And the reason that we're using Facebook is that, okay, I know one of the cons is that unlike YouTube, I don't think the videos are searchable. You know, like on YouTube, you put in, I want to watch Rick and Morty, I want to watch something about animation, and you find the videos. But what Facebook has got going forward is that I think it makes the video available to its followers a lot better. Like, you can have a bunch of people following you on YouTube, but when you go live, I'm not sure that it necessarily notifies everybody. Whereas on Facebook, if you've got 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people watching you, most of them people are going to be, if they're online and they're on Facebook, and a lot of people are on Facebook all the time, they're going to get notified straight away. You're going to show up in their feed. And I also think it shows up, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it seems to show up for a lot more people. There seems to be a lot more interaction from the audiences with Facebook, if I'm correct.
I kind of find with on Facebook, people are already on there scrolling through, looking for they're looking for content. Do you know what I mean? They're there's if you put a video on that's going to appear on their it's going to pop up on the timeline. I think it's more inclined to watch. There isn't as much competition for
well, that's the thing. Video. It's a lot easier for people to discover. It's going to pop up on the timeline. Where with YouTube, you really got you find what you're looking for. Where with Facebook, it's hopefully it's something you can discover.
Actually, I wonder if I can get it up. There's a really cool feature on Facebook. I end up going to my Facebook now. That's what.
Let me.
Live video.
Let's see.
Have you seen? Has anyone seen this?
Holy crap, that's cool.
This shows you all the live feeds that are happening.
Just make sure nothing inappropriate pops up.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, live video.
Yeah, well, exactly. But it's all over the world.
Nice.
Yeah. So and I think if you zoom in, you can see that.
Okay, cool.
A little bit too excited to see how Dr. Foster.
No, I found the site. I found the page. I'm trying to log in. I'm joining right now. This is awesome. This is a good idea.
Well, like I say, it's open to everyone. So if anyone wants to stream there, the idea is at the moment is that we're going to try and build a really big audience. We're going to make some promotional content videos. Then we're going to do some proper ads on them. And the aim for us at the moment is to build a massive audience so that when creators do come to us, and if they do want to put their shows on the channel, there's going to be a lot of people. They're going to find a much bigger audience. If you've got a brand new cartoon, the idea of the channel is that you're going to find a much bigger audience a lot faster and an audience that is a lot more engaging than you would do on YouTube.
Kind of the idea behind it as well. It's like with normal TV, you have a live 24-hour broadcast channel, and that's essentially what Facebook Live is. It's there's a live platform there, and if we can fill up the slots throughout the day and keep it scheduled, then people will know. If I tune in at 2:00, that show's on at 2:00 on a Tuesday, and we can set up events and advertise it through that. So it's an experiment, really.
Education, entertainment.
No, I love this idea. I love this idea. There were a lot of the early podcasting was like this. I'm trying to join right now.
Have you got a poster? Sorry, the whole overlay thing again. What was you saying? Sorry.
It's okay. Oh no, I'm trying to join right now. I'm trying to join via my not my personal account, but my YouTube fan fan page for Kaijukojo. Trying to figure it out, but I might not have it figured out yet. But I did see. I hit like. I don't know if I'm following her yet.
Yeah, I think that's the way Facebook works. Like is the same as like subscribe, basically on YouTube.
Okay. So with I know like for a streaming key, do we like all share a streaming key or something like that? Or
I think you would have.
We would have to add you to admin so that you could upload a video.
Either that, or
you could
share...
stream live.
Yeah, I think you can actually.
Well, no, if they were doing it live, you wouldn't be able to share it. You basically, if you got a creator coming on board, you add them into admin, and you got different levels of admin, so you don't have to give them like control of the page, but they would have permission to stream live to the page. So
they'd all have their own live. There'd probably be a live streaming key to be given out. But
there's a new thing as well where you can add like a group on it.
Yeah, we like I would make a Facebook private group for that, and then that way you can vet to make sure you don't have some shenanigans going on.
Well, this is it.
People.
Well, basically, we're figuring it all out at the moment. It's not launching just yet. It's very much in development, and we're figuring out all the kinks and whatnot. And once it's ready to go, we'll start, opening the doors and saying to people, "Come on in." And like I said a minute ago, this isn't YouTube, where you get some people creating MCN channels so that they can get a bunch of creators on and they can make money off of, the audiences that they build. Because as far as I know, and I was looking at some YouTube versus Facebook, and one of the things they said is with Facebook, you can't monetize it. So we're not going to make any money off of people. We're not going to benefit from it. It's just a case of creating a channel for live cartoons. It's just, as we said earlier, it's that whole creator thing. Something new and shiny that we've gotten into.
Right.
This is the first one that we're working on. Oh.
Yeah, I think that the payment is the exposure for everybody. Honestly, you know what I mean. So if it becomes an aggregator of sorts, that's where it's at. You know what I mean. So that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Well, that's the thing. If you're creating content, you just want people to see it. If it's a good way that we can get it out there. I mean, like I say, I've done a quick test the other day, literally just filming my desk. And within 10 seconds, I had people messaging me going, "Do you know you're live? Like, what are you doing? What's going on?" And instantly, just from my friends that I have on there already. It's like, what are you doing?
Facebook seems to be ahead of the curve when it's get people, because people are on Facebook all the time, and that's the whole key. That what I want to do first is build a big following, so that when creators come to the page, they've got a big audience right there waiting to see them. And those that audience won't necessarily have to come and look for you, because the video is just going to pop up on the timeline. And if it's interesting, they're going to watch it. It's going to make it a lot easier for people to discover you.
And then also, once the video is recorded, you can then upload it to Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. You can download that video and upload it to your YouTube page.
Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of the problems is getting that wheel started. You know what I mean? It's just getting the eyes. It's not necessarily about... it's just, I mean, because like I think a lot of creators make a lot of stuff in the dark and they don't have the eyeballs on it yet. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you get discouraged and you just, oh, sorry, I'm burping like crazy. Sorry. You just you get tired, you get burnt out, because I think you feed off the exposure. For me doing live shows, it was like that was the thing that kept me going, oh, it's 9 o'clock, I gotta do this live show. They're waiting for me, and getting stuff on the Discord servers, on the tweet saying, hey, where's the show? You know what I mean? And that helps pull you through the hard spots, honestly speaking. So having something like this I think is amazing. I do anytime I'm down. You'll get probably sick of me because I'd be on this like all the time. So
we'll have to come up. What we'll have to do, we'll have to come up with a show together. You know, come up with some little characters, and we'll have a, you know, a dedicated show, something to maybe work towards in the future.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. Definitely down. Yeah, we'll work it. We'll work. Yeah, we'll talk. So, oh man. So I seriously, folks, I apologize for all the time. This might be your longest one yet.
This is definitely the longest one. I think we are up to.
I think we're going up to 3 hours now, aren't we?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, almost 3 hours.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but what we do with these episodes, we always, you know, we'll pull up the, you know, on YouTube. You'll have the full episode, and we'll also section out, you know, things. So we'll section out this. We'll section out certain parts of the conversation, like earlier on when you was explaining your setup. So, you know, a lot of people aren't going to sit through 3 hours of us having a conversation. But
right, if they're smart.
But you know what? This is why the Facebook thing again works, because at the moment it's hard. Not many people find you when you're live on YouTube unless you've got a big following, and even when you've got a big following, not a lot of them people aren't even notified. So it's hard for people to discover you live on YouTube. Right. Whereas on Facebook, people will, you know, you have a better chance of people watching you.
Yeah,
and people stay involved in the show if you can have a back and forth conversation with your audience. Exactly. And if you haven't got, you know, an audience online on YouTube, then you know they're not going to watch it, and then you know they're not going to watch it.
You need a primer. Yeah, you need a primer. And let me tell you, honestly, the live show connections is really, really powerful. Like I feel with the few fans I have, I feel really connected to them. You know what I mean? And I, you know, you don't want to let them down. And it's really good because a lot of these kids, they just want to be noticed. You know what I mean? And having, you know, you're talking to. It's like when you used to in the old days calling on a radio show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really powerful, and I think that is the unsung like
without a doubt. I think that
that's the idea for the bar stewards.
Yeah.
That we just that's going to be one of the first shows that we're doing, bar talk, and it's 2 barmen, and the idea is that the tagline is get your relationship solution from a pair of bar stewards. So basically, people give us their problems, and we'll give them crap solutions.
Yeah. No. So, honestly, that's what I was doing in Setsumei for a while too. It's fun. It's really fun because you know a lot of kids they got problems, man. They got problems. They need a little bit of aged advice to keep them.
I can't promise that we're going to solve any of them problems, but
probably make them worse. But
yeah,
hey, that's for the best. Make it work. That's what I say. No, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it. So cool. You guys are definitely the pioneers of this, on this forefront of this kind of entertainment. So hopefully when the wave comes, we will survive.
Hopefully.
Yeah. When the tsunami comes, you know, hopefully we'll.
Yeah, it's coming, man.
Avoid the wave.
Yeah, there's already some in the chat. So, all right. Cool.
Well, we've kept you, you know, we got you up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you probably haven't even had your cornflakes yet. So, you know, thank you very much for.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming
very much for joining us. It's been a great. I've really enjoyed it. It's been fun. We'll have to do it again. Like I said, next time we'll come around yours.
We'll visit your virtual world.
We'll come over to Japan.
I'd love to. I'd love to have you guys on. Honestly, seriously, guys, this has been a blast. It has been a blast. I'm so happy that we were able to touch base, and I'm sorry it took so long to get this thing together, but I really, really appreciate what you guys are doing, and this is super fun, and I'm really excited for the future. So yeah, man, you got one on your side. So I will be here. I will be here. It's good to know you're not alone. Good to know you're not alone. So I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with in the future as well, because it keeps me on point. It keeps me wanting to push further and, you know, get you over those hump days when you're just like, you just want to give up, you know? Yeah. So, nah, man, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. We will survive the toon apocalypse when it comes. So.
For anyone who's watching the show still, or if you're watching it on repeat, I think, you know, we'll be back. Like I said, next time we'll come on your show. And we'll continue
I'm
you know what? We'll finish the Rick and Morty conversation because I realised we started talking about Red Dwarf and we didn't even finish what we was talking about.
Hey, we didn't even do a Red Dwarf
totally
talk,
off,
you know?
Totally off point.
It's okay.
We did a review
it's
of
okay.
the new season.
Did you like
of Red
season
Dwarf?
3?
Yeah. I'm down for that too. Because look, I need people.
That's one of the things you can discuss. Watch season 12 or season 11, and then we can talk through if you think the new season lives up to the old one.
Right. And I want to talk about Star Trek, but I don't know if you guys watched Star Trek. The new Star Trek.
I haven't watched the new one yet. It's on my to watch list on Netflix. Have you seen it? Because the reviews have been a bit mixed for you, haven't it?
Yeah. There was a lot of hate, and I'm old school Star Trek from the beginning. So, and you know what? I'll just say this: I loved it. I don't care what they say. I had fun. Lots of questions being asked. It's not like, oh, we're just shooting stuff in space. No, there's some science going on sometimes too. So I'm happy.
One of the criticisms I've seen leveled at it is that it's too talky, and I don't mind.
It's Star Trek.
Enjoy a conversational. But loads of people are moaning that there's a lot of conversation going on in the first 2 episodes that they're not going around blowing.
They're not Star Trek fans. They're not Star Trek fans. If you know Star Trek, there's a lot of talky. We're gonna see some strange alien.
There's a lot of conversations on the bridge.
Working it out, social questions, stuff like that.
Exactly, working it. That's most of what Star Trek is.
Yeah. People complain
that
about
and Kirk fighting monsters in the pit.
I'm gonna say another thing to talk about. Isn't the new season of Walking Dead coming out soon?
I'm off. I don't do Walking Dead.
Do you not do Walking Dead?
That's just a show about it's just a show about misery. There's no happy ending.
Oh, I don't know. There will be because Rick's gonna wake up. Rick's gonna wake up. He's been in a coma, and it's all been a dream.
Yeah. I hope it's that. I would laugh my ass off.
Basically, every season of The Walking Dead can be summed up with they find a community which is doing really well, and then they spoil it and they get them all killed.
They mess it up, and everyone dies. Yeah, that's basically The Walking Dead.
They're supposed to be the good guys. They do more damage than the bloody zombies.
Saying that though, did anyone see the actor who plays Rick?
He's the Punisher.
When he was
he gave his own what he thought how he thinks it's going to end.
He was taking a mick out.
I haven't seen this.
There's a YouTube video. He's at a convention somewhere.
Comic-Con.
Is that a Comic-Con? And it's just hilarious because he's just completely he's taking the mick out of himself, like going Carl. It's just hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I'm gonna have to look for that now.
Yeah, definitely watch that.
Is that kid called Carl or Carl?
Carl.
Carl. Yeah.
That's the way he says it.
Carl, where's Carl? Where's Carl? Oh man, yeah. I'm done. I was just waiting for Glenn to die, and then I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm done. I've done all the things I need to do.
It's one of them things. I've been saying it to Anthony for ages. It's like, you know what? I feel like I've invested so much time watching the show. I want to see through to the end. You know?
I know where you're going. You get chip invested, and that's how they get you.
You want to know what happens at the end, and it's like, Jesus, it's just the same thing.
Unless it's Lost, and then you don't know. Then you don't want to know what happens at the end.
Oh, don't talk to me about Lost. Bloody.
Oh yeah.
The end of Lost was the biggest cop out ever. It was like they had no proper solution. They had no answers, and then they just went with the whole. It's magic. Basically. It was the magic cloud monster. You don't need any actual proper solutions. If it's magic,
which makes me worried about Star Wars, because look, he can start stories, he doesn't know how to end them, and then they put him on the last of the trilogy. Excuse me. Oh man, I don't know. I would prefer, but I get it. J.J. Abrams, I don't hate him. I actually have a lot of love for him, but I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that's another story. You can see how these things spiral into episodes.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'll let you go. But listen, folks. Hey, thank you for letting me be a part of this stream and show up on your channel and whatnot. So yeah, support these guys. You guys are doing God's work here, man. Seriously. So, yeah, and subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe.
You should say that more often.
Yeah, we never ask people to subscribe. There's a button down here somewhere.
One last thing before we go, I should mention we've got two interviews next week.
Oh, we have.
We're
Yeah.
talking to Mr. Dan Ramirez. How do you pronounce his name, Ant?
Is it Ramirez?
Yeah, Dan
Ooh,
Ramirez
Mr.
from
Ramirez.
Character Animator, and he's going to be talking through all the new updates from the
Nice.
latest edition of Character Animator. And then on Wednesday, we're talking to a gentleman from Aardman Animation, and they will be talking to us about their new Aardbold YouTube channel for creators.
Ooh,
So,
nice. Very
we got
nice. Looking
that to look
forward
forward
to it.
to.
I'll be lurking in
And-
the chat.
Yep. And like I said, we'll have to have you back on the show, or we'll come and join you on your show.
Yes.
And
Yes.
finish these conversations.
Yes. Yeah. I know. Yeah, you guys need to pack a lunch. Pack a lunch.
I want to find out what you think of Red Dwarf season 10, 11,
yeah.
and 12.
I'm so excited. That seriously made my day. So, I can't wait.
Let
I can't wait.
us know when you want us on the show, and we'll.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
I might. I'll try to work it out. I got to work it out. So, yeah, but I will definitely. I want you guys on the show really bad too. So I will work it out. We'll work out times and stuff too. But yeah, I'll do some tinkering and see if I can come up with a good solution to work with my system. So, but hopefully it was informative for everybody, and hope you guys, had fun. So, cool. All right, I'll say goodbye. I'll just say goodbye. I'll say goodbye.
Right.
We'll say goodbye.
Right, it's goodbye from us. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to the audience. Go and eat your cornflakes. Everyone at home in the UK, go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Bye-bye times. Toodaloo.
Yeah, over.
See you later.
See you later. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Cool.